Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Sideline Banter. I am your host, Cooper Pose. As always, joined with me, Weston Murphy. Weston, how you doing on this fine Wednesday evening? People listening to it any other day of the week.
I'll be real, I'm missing Spence right now. Shout out Spence. We miss you over here, but...
Yeah, hey. Producer's out on a nice, much-needed vacay with the fans.
Where's he at?
He's in Mexico.
He's enjoying
he's staying
that.
At
Rocky Point, or is he Cabo
He's staying at the Mayans Resort. It's like an all-expenses-paid. It's like 45 minutes.
We sent him there on Sideline Banter's dime.
I heard about that. That's a write-off for you, too.
Right.
That's a write-off.
No, we did not send him there. I wish we could have, but...
He's enjoying it. He's golfing.
He's enjoying it. He's been sending us vids all week.
Golf's cheap out there. Cheap out there, right?
They got a nice course.
They're playing every day.
He's saving a pretty penny. I've hit a couple of them up. I'm trying to get in there.
They're playing every single day. Good for Spence. Much needed vacay.
Introduce our guest, huh?
I was about to get there. Our guest for this week, ladies and gentlemen, Arizona Chandler legend.
Fact.
Oh, don't say that. Don't sacrifice me out there like that. Go ahead, dude. I'll take it.
Kyler, how you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm out here with the lads.
Yes, sir.
And former college football player. Coop didn't even give you high.
Yeah, my bad.
I played a little bit of ball back in the day. I've hung the cleats up. I'm on to finer things now, pickleball. I was just telling the boys about it. Number one growing sport in America, so tap in with your boy on that.
I did just get a Mountainside team pickleball shirt the other day.
You did?
Key. They're fire.
See, we're not playing on those courts in there, though. We're not playing
but
on the basketball
they're nice.
Court.
They're nice workout shirts. It's a nice lifted shirt.
Maybe that's your sign. You need to get on the court.
We need to have another.
We need to get you on the court.
We need to stop having above average athletes on the show. Let's get the Coops level. Let's have a below average athlete come on the show sometime.
Hey, you bring him in.
Who's that? You got one? You got one that comes to mind?
Yeah, who are you thinking about? Call him out.
Both schools I went to, I was just that guy. I was a Swiss Army knife.
He was a Swiss Army knife, to say the least, man. To say the least.
Need some wheels? Johnny on the spot.
But before we jump into the show, we got to shout out @_Sideline Banter. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Hit the like, subscribe button. Download all of our episodes. We appreciate it.
Even though we did not do sweeping the socials.
Yeah. We dropped the ball. We dropped the ball on sweeping the socials this week, but I think we have a much anticipated show.
Yeah, this is a trade deadline extravaganza. That'll definitely carry us through.
Mid-season review, trade deadline, a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah.
I was lighting Coop's phone up the other day.
Yeah, he was.
I was hyped
awesome.
about coming on this show. I was like, Coop. I said in a couple hours, these things are going to be flying.
He was excited.
This is probably the best week to come on. Type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I reserved it for guy. I almost called you K1. Oh my God.
K1. I'll say that right now. Ever since Kyler Murray came to town, I used to be the coolest Kyler in town until that motherfucker.
I don't know.
I think you're cooler
after this
too.
year, you might still be the coolest.
Yeah, he might be on his way out to Oakland.
But let's go ahead. Let's jump right into the trade deadline. This was the most highlighted trade deadline of the NFL season. 20 players traded during this year's trade deadline. Yeah, the most that we've ever seen. A lot of big-time names. McCaffrey, obviously, to the Niners last week.
Basketball is affecting this shit, I feel like, too.
You think?
Yeah, dude, the way players are choosing to go where they want in basketball, now players just want to get out and go new places.
You remember when the whole thing went down with the NBA, when the players started getting more power, LeBron did his whole spiel. Like, I'm taking my talents to South Beach. Yeah. Came out and said that NFL's ran like a slave ownership, all that shit. And they had to start loosening up the reins a little bit. Dudes want to chase rings, go where they want to go, play with their old teammates, all that good stuff.
Well, and I like that you bring that up because we're seeing that with Brandon Cooks right now. He's he's pissed at Houston because they didn't trade him. He hasn't practiced all week. They're thinking he's going to ask for a release at some point.
No shit.
Because he's a guy who has been pretty solid, I think we can all agree on, in the league for just as long as he's been.
He's always good wherever he goes.
It's kind of sad to see because he is, like you said, he's always
consistent.
He's always consistent, and I think he exceeds expectations every time because he's such a valuable trade asset. People look at him like, oh, he's kind of an average player, but to me, he's not an average player.
The way he performed.
He was one of the best receivers, I feel like, at one point in the NFL, his early years, at least when he was on the Saints. Now he's definitely still one of the top-tier guys in terms of consistent, like you were saying. But back to the point where you're saying we're kind of seeing more people in the NFL now finally be like, this is I want to chase a ring. I want to go where I want to go. We're seeing a lot more players definitely be a lot more vocal with that, especially Roquan Smith, who came out, was holding out for a contract. Now he gets traded to a Ravens team who's kind of a contender, maybe not a real contender. We don't know. He's on the last year of his deal as well. So now he's going to a team that is somewhat a contender right now, but regardless, he's going to be free at the end of this year, so he can go really anywhere he wants instead of, chasing stats on the Chicago Bears this year, who I think we can all maybe sit here and say they're still kind of in some sort of rebuilding process.
The Roquan Smith trade, it looks sick on paper, but realistically, like we're questioning if they were really legitimate to even make a real push. Does a strong or a weak side linebacker like Roquan Smith really put you in the next category to make a push for a playoff? I don't think so. Especially they're hurting for weapons, and I just don't.
They're hurting for weapons.
He's got 83 tackles right now.
They're hurting for weapons more than anything.
83. You bring 83 tackles to your team on the defense.
To the number 7 run defense. In the league.
That's pretty. They already have a pretty strong linebacker core as well.
But he's not even playing strong side, so he's gonna be a weak side linebacker. He's more brought in there to play pass coverage at that point because he's really good in pass coverage. But yeah, he's obviously a good run stopper. But they just blitz Patrick Queen every single run opportunity anyway. So Roquan's not. He's gonna be more of the fill guy behind Patrick Queen, which I mean obviously I love because they're going to blitz him and then put Roquan behind him. But either way, I think he's going to play a lot more pass coverage than because I feel like they're getting torched over the middle consistently, which obviously helps. I just don't for what they give up for him, a second and a fifth, right? I believe, or a third and a fifth.
Yeah, because they got a second for sure because Pittsburgh traded Chicago or Claypool to Chicago for a second, and they used. Pittsburgh asked for Chicago's actual second-round pick, and they kept the second-round pick that they got from Baltimore.
Okay, yeah, well, either way, I mean, the way I weigh that trade out, I just don't think that adding Roquan really puts you, as far as your needs, because they're having trouble putting points up with teams, and obviously their biggest asset is running the ball, and they need to be able to strike deep. Now that Mark Andrews is injured, I don't foresee him getting really healthy for a while, the way that he continues to get injured, and he's used so much. I just don't think Roquan making that trade at the deadline was necessarily what you needed to do, especially considering you're going to have to pay Lamar, obviously, and Roquan's due a fuck ton of money as well. Mm-hmm. So what's the point?
He's going to get paid. He's going to get paid.
Both of them are going to get paid regardless. It's just a matter
I don't think it makes them contenders, but they are winners in the trade.
Sure. I agree.
Without a doubt. Mm-hmm, it's going to make the team better.
Because he's a first-round player.
The way the whole division's going right now, too.
Yeah, it's very dicey.
It's a tough division to win
Cleveland just literally blew out the Bengals the other night out of nowhere.
Yeah, they're going to come out on top of the division. They're going to get a crack at it.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you as well. And I think Chicago, essentially, if you think about it, they basically traded Roquan Smith for Chase Claypool, which I think is a big L for Chicago. Because they trade Roquan Smith, they get a second-round pick. Now they're sitting with 2 second-round picks, and then they use their own second-round pick, which was probably going to be a high second-round pick, to get Chase Claypool. Now they're back with only 1 second-round pick. That's probably going to be a lower one because the Ravens are probably going to finish
better
with a pretty good record.
I mean, I know you're gonna.
It's a confusing situation in my opinion. If you're a Chicago Bears fan, it kind of makes you think
if you're a Chicago Bears fan, your season's basically chalked. I mean,
no, I agree. I think you can be a little excited if you're a Bears fan for Claypool, because I just have this really weird feeling that Claypool is probably going to be a dog for Chicago.
What if him and Nikhil just start both going off together?
Dude,
those are 2 huge receivers that you got over there.
They have
now.
2 massive. I had to pause there for a second.
Hey.
They have 2 now
extra large
jump ball guys that if Claypool can get right the way I think we all were expecting him to be, and Nikhil can get to where we know he can be, Chicago can be a dangerous offense.
And that's what I say. You're not really sure on the trade as far as what Chicago's doing, but they have had so much problems to this point this year, putting points up and having Justin Fields look like the player that they think he is, because he has nobody to really throw to.
He looks like Russell Westbrook over on that sideline. He looks so sad.
He does look sad.
Football. He does not look like he's having any fun.
Yeah, and Westbrook just bought a $33 million house. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, by LeBron. Next to LeBron.
He's embracing the bench role, which he needs to. He's like Carmelo.
Hope it's a short leash.
He's got to embrace the bench role.
Yeah, but fucking, I think that looks good on Chicago, though. Him looking so sad. They bring in another receiver where they clearly need help. It makes Mooney be able to slide into a natural third spot where he can work the slot consistently, and you have those 2 big guys on the outside. And I think it's not a complete L the way you look at it from the Bears position, because Roquan obviously has to get paid a fuck ton of money, and they bring Claypool in still on his rookie deal to be able to show for a year if he could be the guy like he's talking like he is, like he's saying.
Some space too.
It gives him more targets, more catches. I think opportunity-wise, it works for both teams, and at this point, I mean, Chicago has really prioritized their offense over their defense right now, and their defense is, I think, where they're going to look to rebuild more in the offseason with the offensive line, and now they have their weapons solidified, and I think that makes Justin Fields happy moving forward. So you can't really...
That's the biggest part of the trade. Make Justin Fields happy.
Show that you're going to be behind him at this point.
You're committed. Don't do what Green Bay did to Aaron Rodgers.
Again, we'll have to talk about that too.
You know?
Yeah, what's up with that?
You've got a 2-time MVP, a guy that's on the back burner.
3 out of the last 4.
Back burner of his career, and they're going to toast him out like that, get rid of Devontae, and just leave him nothing, and
not get
basically
anybody.
Say we're not going to rebuild for you.
They were trying to get apparently there were the rumors to be, getting a couple players, and nothing worked out, and now at this point they can't get anybody, and OBJ's not going there.
Absolutely not.
So what the fuck? Like,
apparently they're in the mix though.
Come on,
I did see something. Yeah. I did see something today that said they're still Packers are still in the mix.
Either way, I think you have to be realistic about OBJ coming off of 2 ACLs. Like, he's not going to go into Green Bay and essentially make that team a fucking powerhouse where they're going to go crazy.
You know what's weird too is usually OBJ is pretty active on social media with his recovery and like the things that he's been pretty quiet. He's been pretty quiet about it. So
yeah,
who knows? Maybe he's in the dark just getting right and he's going to come be that guy again. Dude, he always seems to find that limelight. He always does. So
yeah, no, but I want to go over the trades because I want to ask you guys who you think got the best trade out of
winners and losers.
Some winners and losers.
Okay,
we got Robbie Anderson of the Cardinals, McCaffrey Niners, Robinson Jets, Quinn the Eagles, Kadarius Toney to the Chiefs, which I think is going to win. That's a
big dub
win
for the Chiefs.
Okay, actually, yeah, let's just go.
I'm tagging on. I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, this guy is.
Hey, my mom's from KC, man.
It's okay. We keep trying to tell Spence he's an LA guy. He loves LA, and he won't claim a football team. We keep telling him, just hop on the Rams train while they're high. You might as well.
You don't want a piece of that.
Yeah, true.
He could be a Chargers fan, though.
You could be a Chargers fan.
No,
wait. You could be a Chargers fan. Go be a Chargers fan.
Yeah, go be a Chargers fan.
You don't want to be a Chargers fan? Why?
Our roommate's a Chargers fan.
Yeah, our other roommate.
He's sad. He's sad constantly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you know what? I did see that. Yeah.
He's not the happiest guy sometimes. Hey.
All right, let's break it down. What did the Cardinals even give for Anderson, though?
Yeah, give me some details.
I don't remember. I just have the NFL deadline.
Yeah, I'm looking at
recap.
I'm looking at the same thing.
Let me get that pulled up.
Robbie Anderson, the Cardinals. I'm not gonna say it's a complete loss, but I'm also not gonna say it's a complete win.
I think it's a W in my opinion.
Okay.
Because the way it breaks down with Hop coming back, he's obviously getting a majority of the targets. And Robbie Anderson, as we know, is not a high-volume, high-target guy. He's a burner. And him playing in the 3 once Marquise Brown gets back, I think it gives him the opportunity to get open underneath a lot against a slower safety or nickel guy, or even if they put a linebacker on him, because they obviously run all those 4 wide receiver sets and shit. I think it's a W, and once they see him in a healthy offense, I think he's going to really start clicking. I think we'll
get him going.
Start seeing some consistent long touchdowns and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Robbie Anderson trade, K. Burke?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to open up the field a little bit, right?
I think so. I think with the Hollywood Brown injury, I think it definitely helps them out a little bit. We haven't seen too much of him lately. Maybe he's just not. He hasn't learned the playbook yet, or
Anderson?
Yeah, because I feel like we didn't hear much of him last week either when they were playing the Vikings.
You know what I just popped in my head that I think is kind of problematic with Anderson? He's going to be a third target, and I think we rarely see Kyler Murray make his read all the way down to the third target in the read.
Yeah.
He's more of if Hop's not open, I'm about to run this bitch.
Yeah, he's getting outside the pocket, and he's playing scramble ball.
So I think that could hurt Anderson, because if they don't have the play design for him, he's not going to see it a lot.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson did not record a single stat last week.
Scramble ball's a little different, though, you know? If you're getting on the field with a guy that you got some chemistry with, when I used to play receiver, and if you're getting that scramble drill and you start getting out there, granted, I always had some chemistry with the guys throwing me the ball, except for when Weston was back there slanging that. But, that scramble offense could be good for him.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I don't think it's a complete loss. I don't think it's a complete W.
I don't think it's a good offense to run by any means.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
It's not a great choice.
They live and die by that shit.
I think we can all agree the Cardinals are definitely
the more weapons
a lot of
you got,
question marks.
Yeah.
A lot of question marks. Cliff, if he's going to come back next year or not, which would be pretty Cardinals-like to fire your head coach after giving him a 4-year extension. But
do you guys think Kyler's a good quarterback or no?
Dude, I think he is. He has the talent. He has everything at his disposal to be successful. For some reason, he's just regressing. Like, he looks worse and worse. Like, he isn't the fundamentals. He's not like very keen on anymore. He's just very like reliant on his athleticism pretty much to get them by at every point. And you can't do that. You can't you have to be. You got to be consistent with your reads. You got to be accurate. You got to get the ball out of your hands quick. And we're not seeing him do that. He's just one read, and if not, I'm going to run back. Like, you can't win like that. Like, even Lamar doesn't do that shit, and he's a better athlete than Kyler.
Exactly.
So
I just can't tell. That's why I asked the question. For me, it's been up and down with this guy that I'm trying to figure out if he's a good quarterback or not.
I'm sorry,
because I don't want to count him out. I don't want to
count him out either.
Yeah,
not yet. I think he's a bitch.
His attitude plays a lot.
That's what it is. His attitude. I stand by. I think he's going to play baseball at the end of this contract. Like, I think he's going to get this money.
That's not the easiest thing in the world to just hop over and just do after
No, I agree. But the way that he looks right now, he doesn't look engaged really with football. Like, last week, they were still in that game.
That was a tough way to end that game.
They were still in that game, and they show him in the fourth quarter, and he's, like, throwing a fit, sitting on the bench by himself, like, not even, like, engaging.
The coach situation is animosity behind
it. They already don't like each other. I think that's at least to me, I think that's obvious that they don't like each other. I feel like they don't.
Do we need to get a little bit more of an O-line going in AZ and get a new coach in there? And
I feel like
this dude can sling the rock? Or?
I feel like they need to do a clean sweep. Keim needs to go.
That's the thing.
Keim needs to go. I know, but
clean
it's like
sweep is the furthest thing from their mind after giving up that much money.
Well, maybe not a clean sweep. I think they just need to get rid of Keim because Keim has been mediocre for years. Carson Palmer and the surprising success that he had here, I think saved Keim's job for as long as it's been between the Carson Palmer era to now.
Yeah.
He hasn't done much. Their draft picks over the recent years have not panned out that well, other than Collins. Collins has been decent. But name me B. Murph, okay, yeah.
Sick.
B. Murph, AZ legend,
yes,
you're right.
sir.
B. Murph is...
Seeker's gone.
He
went and got a bag.
I was going to say,
he went and got a bag.
He's
good
gone.
for him.
That's the thing.
Reset the receiver market.
That's
a good draft pick.
BJ is a dog out there.
Who?
Byron.
Oh
yeah, he's
Byron
a dog.
Jr.,
He's a dog. He's a dog. He is a dog. You are correct. That was my bad. I forgot about the other two AZ.
He's about to get
paid
too.
Legends.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
Cliff, I think they've progressed every single year since he's been here, but we're seeing a when you pay your quarterback $240 million,
can't have that attitude.
And your offense isn't producing like it should be, then I feel like, and we're seeing already a huge disconnect.
So it's leadership. We got a problem with leadership.
Post-game interview.
It's not just how he's playing. It's
from the top down,
aspect.
probably, because I don't think Keim knows how to handle the situation between Kyler and Cliff.
Post-game interviews, both of them are blaming each other.
We're gonna see it on Hard Knocks too coming up.
Yeah, next week. Next week, I got a notification today on my HBO Max, and I was like, I got excited because I thought it was tonight, but it said
best time of the year, and they do it in the season. Now.
See what D-Hop was doing for the first half of that season. See what he's been up to.
Yeah, it should be a good time, but.
But
we gotta stop giving the Cardinals so much love.
When you get, I mean, I'm not trying to love on them, but like,
I'm not giving them that much love.
No, we got
back to your initial question though, like Kyler, I always thought he was fucking so good. Like I've always been a huge supporter of him, and this year is just, I feel like his attitude has been the worst. Like noticeably after he get paid too, I just feel like. Because, dude, I was calling for the Cowboys to trade him straight up for Dak last year before we paid Dak.
Really?
Dude, yeah.
That's a hot take.
It was definitely hot, but, like, I believe that much in Kyler Murray because I've seen him in person. I've seen him throw. Like, his dad is a quarterback coach for Nike. Like,
right.
He's legit. Like, he's always been legit, and he's never lost. Like,
he's not used to losing.
That's why I think situationally, that's why the attitude has played a large part. Is because, like, even though he took the big dub with the contract, he's losing on the field, and he's never really felt that before. So, like,
it's a learning curve.
Yeah. These were all the trades that happened yesterday.
And he did come into the league having some good success.
That's insane.
Turn up.
Yeah, there's yesterday was
nuts.
after we were texting back and forth a little bit, and I was just sitting there trying to work, and I saw all the trades just popping up.
Yeah,
and you just get
it's so hard not to pay attention
the Instagram posts popping up. I was like, God damn.
Because we're gonna say the McCaffrey to Niners trade is a W, correct?
Big.
Even though
that's a huge W.
At least for now.
He looked like vintage McCaffrey.
They did sell.
He looks like so healthy out there.
Yeah, he does. He looks good.
Compared to
they just traded Jeff Wilson. You think he might go back to the the double deuce?
Low key, yeah, they did
22.
ship off Jeff.
I hope nobody's bought it. I mean, a lot of people probably bought McCaffrey jerseys at this point. You think?
Nah.
You don't think so?
After the triple double, maybe.
He kind of looks like prime Alo out there, no?
Hey.
When he's 22.
Listen, he don't got no elbow pads on out there, so.
McCaffrey got them.
Shout out Alo.
Shout out Alo.
Another AZ legend.
See you on the pickleball courts here this week. This is my partner. We just played in the tournament.
Turn up.
James Robinson to Jets, I think is a W. We haven't seen much of him yet, but
I think we're gonna see how he fits in.
I love that. For the Jets.
It's good. It shows they're being aggressive still.
Zach Wilson, I think, is the odd man out in that, though. I don't think he's as good as people are hoping he's going to be.
Unfortunately, they lost to the Patriots,
Whatever
which
they're
I think we
doing
could have
right
seen.
now.
Bill was not.
They're definitely going in the right
not
direction.
giving that one up.
Oh
13 in a row.
I don't think.
13 in a row.
I'm convinced he will never lose to the Jets.
That's what I'm saying. It's
honestly.
like not in his DNA.
Last time I think they beat.
That one was for a record too, wasn't it?
Yeah,
did he jump somebody?
He passed George Hallis for I think he's got.
Bear Bryant.
Bear Bryant.
No, it was George Hallis. Bryant's the old Bama coach.
True.
Because I said that last week, and in my head I was like, "That's not the right guy." But I think he's got like 326 wins now, or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Which is a shit ton. That's insane.
That's a lot of wins.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna ever lose to the Jets ever again.
Post game presser, they say, well, "How do you feel about all these?" And he's like, these are team wins.
Oh, to Cincinnati.
We got some of these guys in the locker room still.
Yeah,
shout out to them. Just done. That's it.
Yeah, Matt Slater's like the only guy who's left from like his OG teams. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna go in the Hall of Fame too.
While we're on that, sorry, were you gonna say something, Weston?
I was just gonna say it's sad that like the James Robinson trade even had to happen because like Breece Hall was munching like absolutely.
Yeah.
I think gonna win Offensive Rookie of the Year. So like the fact that James Robinson had to get shipped. Yeah, like he didn't need to get shipped.
We all were thinking Breece Hall.
Yeah, but I think it's a good situation for James Robinson who wanted to get out and get more touches. Like.
Well, I was gonna say it is sad what you're saying, but also kind of positive for ETN, who is all of a sudden eating on Jacksonville.
He's the feater back, and that's what they wanted.
He had like 160 yards last week, didn't he?
Yeah, he's explosive.
Lawrence, is he fake?
Injury.
Too early to tell.
Yeah, I don't know.
We knew when he was going there was going to be some
there's going to be some
rebuilding. Daniel Jones. Remember when Daniel Jones?
I'm still not sold on him.
Count my boy out.
Yeah.
They got a lot of money invested.
Your boy?
No, he's not my boy. I'm going to retract that statement.
But
they've invested a lot of money in that team, and now you're kind of seeing the repercussion of success coming out of that. There's a lot of money out there on that field with top picks and first rounders.
Yeah, you're right.
Even so, like I saw a stat that Trevor Lawrence still has the worst winning percentage out of a quarterback. Like
that class.
To this point, though, like any quarterback.
Yeah, but I mean, we do have to give him a pass. He had Urban Meyer last year.
I know, but that's the thing. Like we're putting, I think, a lot of weight on his success and the fact that they did spend a lot of money and have these players on the field. They're still not producing the way that they technically
started off hot.
They're in a shit division still.
I do have faith in Doug Peterson still. I think I do like him as that coach. I think he's going to turn them around a little bit.
They're much improved for sure, but I think they would be even.
Yeah, they were hot. The first 2-3 weeks, we were sitting here saying, "Are they a sleeper playoff team?"
They beat the dog shit out of the Chargers and looked fucking awesome. But that's the thing.
Yeah, they shut out the Colts too.
If Trevor Lawrence was playing a little bit better.
Yeah.
Also, crazy Trevor Lawrence stat: they've never won a game that he throws one interception in.
They've never won a game that he throws an interception in.
Never.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
That's so bad.
Yep.
That either means. Like, how do you
doesn't that tells you that you're probably a bust at that point?
Because like,
interceptions happen though.
It makes you think, but it makes you think like, are the interceptions she's throwing critical? Like,
are they throwing them? And he did throw an interception.
Like, are they bad interceptions where like they're in the game or like maybe they're winning the game and he?
You tell me.
He turns.
I mean, it's Jacksonville. They're either throwing the ball to get back in the game 50 times because they're down, or.
Yeah, he threw a bad one last week.
Exactly. They didn't win.
It was bad.
What did they play last week?
What was it? I was watching that game live.
I don't remember.
Denver. Trash.
That's right. They played
in the morning.
In the morning. I was up early in the morning watching that game.
They gave the game to Russ, his dumbass.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence served it up to him on a silver.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that game. Robert Quinn of the Eagles. I think that was unnecessary, but definitely a win for them.
I mean, they're loading up.
Yeah, they're just loading up.
I just thank God they didn't get Kareem Hunt or Alvin Kamara.
We already touched on the Roquan Smith trade, but I think that's a win for the Ravens.
I think it's
this season, not long term, but this season I think it's win because
it's going to be a problem in the offseason. But
he's not going to be there.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
They're not going to be able to pay him, Lamar. Not a chance.
Yeah, but if they don't pay Lamar, then they're going to probably pay Roquan, and I don't think they're going
to pay Lamar.
If they don't pay Lamar, what do you mean? Their team's done.
Yeah.
So what does it matter? They're going to be like the Bears.
Yeah.
Roquan's going to be in the exact same situation.
What if no? Because that's what confuses me sometimes about the Justin Fields situation. Like, the Bears could literally be Baltimore if they really wanted to. Like, there's just something about Fields that's like not clicking. I feel like yet, because he's starting to show somewhat potential.
Could be Claypool. He was the missing link.
If Claypool goes to Chicago and
has 1,500 yards next year and like 20 touchdowns.
How do you? I didn't ask you. How do you feel about that as a Steelers?
I'm iffy on it. I'm iffy on it
because the ceiling is still there.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. The ceiling is still there.
He has fucked up a lot.
He has.
My boy's throwing left-hand TDs last week.
What the fuck?
Dude, I know, dude. Fucking Derek Watt, like literally our fullback.
Yeah, I hate that because the meme of your fucking offensive coordinator being a high school play caller. And that's the most high school play call ever.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hand it to our receiver and have him throw it to the fullback.
Have him throw the flat with the left?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's some Steve Campbell shit.
We went from Le'Veon, AB, Ben scoring 30-plus points a game to then Le'Veon leaves, still scoring 30-plus a game. Now we're fucking – this is all we were scoring 30 points when Ben was there still. Now we're not even –
Old noodle arm Ben.
Yeah. We've scored. I don't think we scored over 20 points once this year.
Yeah, and dude, I mean, Najee's getting absolutely toasted by everybody.
That play was bad.
Dude,
did you see that play?
They're on his
head.
Did
you see that play?
I didn't see that play.
Where he was. Oh my god!
He was like 5 yards from the first down, and there was nobody there, and he just juked twice. Nobody for trying to set people up.
He was not even 5 yards. He was not even 5 yards.
Maybe 4 yards, like 3 yards.
Bro, he literally had a. I was sitting right there watching the game. It was still a close game.
Exploding.
It was still like.
I'm sure.
You both have seen me during Steelers games, so you understand. It was still a close game. We could have really gotten back in the game in this drive. Najee catches a little dump off, and I'm sitting there. I'm relaxed. I'm like, oh, first down. So it's going like this. I'm like, dude.
Alabama two-step on him.
I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I literally stand up and I'm screaming, and he's like, at this point, 3 guys run into the screen after him dancing for 5 seconds, and he doesn't get the first down. Like,
and there's more videos.
I'll show it to you after. It's like you're gonna look at him and be like, okay, yeah, that's.
There's more videos that have come up of like people playing back runs where he gets tackled and he just draws the holes that he could have hit, and it's like. Does this guy have no
You got to keep in mind our offensive line
They said that about Derrick Henry at one point.
They did. Derrick Henry at one point.
He's not Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, though, at one point was considered a bust.
Yeah,
People were saying Henry was a bust.
They had that video of him doing the ladder drill or doing the bag drill. That video was like, yo, he's chopped.
That video was bad.
It's over for my boy.
That video was bad.
Look at him now.
Yeah, now he's.
But people are calling Najee Trent Richardson.
Yeah. Now he ran for. Okay, he's not that bad.
That's a bad look.
Dude was top 5 in rushing last year. Okay.
But you guys got a shit schedule coming up. You should win some games, hopefully.
I hope not. We're probably not.
If TJ's not back, not a chance.
We're not. Yeah, he might.
The whole team.
I don't even care anymore. I want us to tank.
You guys don't play a team with a winning record till like December though.
Right now, our projected draft.
You gotta win a couple of
right now, our projected draft picks are 3, 36, and I think 45. Our first 3 picks.
That's nice.
So I'm like, why don't we just? Like what? We might as well just.
You guys picked up too. You got a trade came in.
Yeah, we got
DB.
Yeah, some DB. I was reading. I'm not too high up on it because I was reading the comments under the section, and a lot of Commanders fans were saying he was dog shit.
Oh, Jackson.
They were happy
Jackson the third or
whatever. Oh, you guys got him?
Yeah.
Turn up. Let's go. He's not that good.
A lot of people in the because I low-key was like, let's go.
Classic Steelers DB, bro.
I was like, well, because that's what happened when we traded for Steven Nelson. I was lit about him too, and he was okay, but.
And Minka came out hot this year.
Yeah, last game though.
Have been shaky on pass coverage.
Yeah, but he's been
not enough, my boy.
And it's because of a kilo.
Yeah,
I cannot stand Kyle Soriano. I literally texted him too. I was like, bro, Kilo's not it, and he just doesn't respond to me anymore. He doesn't respond to me when I text him about a kilo. But
yeah, he needs to clean it up.
Yeah, we got some. I'm okay. The Claypool trade, I definitely, because like you said, I'm worried because the ceiling is still there. He's still there. He's made a lot of big mental errors.
on the field and off the field. He's a big fat.
So it's like so
annoying.
Yeah, on TikTok.
Yeah. I hope for the best because
TikTok, back into the film room.
Him taking the lip on camera for the first time when he's getting interviewed.
That wasn't that bad though.
Bro, he's acting like a dummy.
No, you're right.
I was like, come on. Yeah. He's just corny as fuck.
Yeah.
Nobody's corny.
And I come back to what I've been saying the past couple weeks. Because I said I wish we would have signed Juju over Deontay, and now I'm wishing we would have kept Juju and traded Claypool sooner because.
Yep, not always greener pastures, brother.
A lot of Chiefs games. The whole Juju thing.
He's starting to heat up on that offense.
He's starting to heat up a little.
He's starting to heat up on that offense.
Well, let's talk about Tony because I think he's the X factor.
I was going to say Kadarius Toney.
Him added into that offense is going to be next level.
Get a playmaker in there, open up the field. Kelsey's going to be open all the time.
We'll make him the motion man like Tyreek Hill was, and now you got
Mecole running straight down that joint.
Yep. Yeah, who just scored 3 touchdowns 2 weeks ago.
And you got
He's also a free agent.
Still got Scantling too as a burner. So they got a lot of receiver depth.
Chiefs are still Super Bowl favorites.
That was big,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
They definitely won that trade. Especially the only thing I'm worried about is if he's a fuck around.
What did the
he
Giants
is a big fat fuck around.
They just got picks, right?
I think they got picks. Yeah, I think they got picks.
Tony was a first rounder, and they gave up a third, I think, for him.
And with the season they're having, were they just? I mean, did they just not? Were they not utilizing him?
It's just because he was a fuck around.
Yeah,
he couldn't learn the playbook, and there was some other issues that he had.
He was holding an injury for a long time just because he wasn't. So they demoted him down to like practice squad or third string, and then practice squad. But he's also he's a rapper on the side as well, so he does a lot of that.
He's on his Le'Veon Bell.
He reminds me a lot of AB.
But that's
he reminds me a lot of AB personality wise. But that's not good. He is so fucking good on the field, and I think.
He's a playmaker, man.
The Chiefs have signed dumbasses before, people that have had questionable. They signed
Le'Veon
Gordon.
One of them.
They signed Le'Veon.
Yeah, they got no problem.
They signed another receiver who had issues before that they brought on and they all work out for them. So I think that in a place like Kansas City where he knows he's going to see touches because Mahomes
they traded him, by the way. Sorry to cut you off, for a third-round compensatory pick and a 6th-round pick.
Yeah. So.
Oh man.
To me,
so they kind of fleeced him.
That's a big one for KC.
I think the interesting thing too is because KC had him on their draft board when he was getting drafted.
They wanted him.
Had him rated as a first rounder.
Yeah.
Reed said 2 days. Oh yeah, they traded for him during the bye week, so he should be good. Yeah. We might see him this weekend.
No, they already got medically cleared 2 days ago. They said he's going to be on the field.
Who did they play this weekend?
I think he's going to be nice. I picked him up in fantasy.
They played Tennessee. Really That's good. Right. Damn, you swooped him.
How's the fantasy team looking? What is that looking
like? I tried to go swoop him.
We'll let that one
As soon as I saw that trade, I immediately went to the waiver wires, and he was gone in all 3 leagues already.
I picked him up so quick because I really think he is going to do crazy things with Mahomes. When he was on the field for the Giants, he was ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Remember that spurt he went off for a couple? Yeah. It was 3 or 4 weeks. He had 190 back to back.
He also had his career high in receiving yards and got kicked out of the same game.
Yeah, fire.
Dude. That's what I'm saying. That's the kind of guy he is. If he can keep that under wraps in Kansas City, I think he's gonna be. He's gonna be good.
People were clowning him too because he has the fucking Empire State built. He has a New York backdrop tattooed across his whole back with 89 Tony, with his draft shit and stuff. No. And they're people were drawing Chiefs stuff over it. And
he might have jumped the gun on that one.
So yeah, we're saying that's definitely a win.
That's a win
for sure.
I mean, we'll see because like you said, he could be a big fat dumbass and get suspended or get.
Yeah, but I feel like if
you go play with a guy like Pat Mahomes and you see what your opportunity looks like, and
can't fuck that up.
You could go steal one. You might have the opportunity to go steal one. Yeah.
Maybe he just hated Danny Dimes' fucking Mayo ass too.
Yeah.
Where did Tony go to?
New York.
Florida, right?
Florida, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Probably did not fuck with.
Yeah, wasn't he the guy? Oh, I know. He wasn't the guy who threw the shoe. That was Wilson, who's on the Cardinals.
Yeah, Tony. That's what I'm saying. Tony wants this shit. He played with a broken ankle, or torn knee.
When?
With the broken leg.
Yeah, with the broken leg.
Put the team on my back.
Greg Jennings.
Greg Jennings.
He was number 1 on Florida, and he played with a broken something, and he went stupid, with the injury. Yeah.
Prime time.
He's nice.
Darren Sharp. Oh, we can't mention his name, actually. He's kind of bad guy. But,
do you have a Darren Sharper jersey?
I don't.
He was wearing it before we started.
I don't. TJ Hawkinson. I think that's a big W for the Vikings.
That's huge.
I think that's kind of
wild.
With
Irv Smith on IR now?
Honestly, I'm kind of shook. I feel like...
My boy was looking aged over in Detroit. You could see it was wearing on him.
He woke up he went to bed 1-6, woke up 6-1. Shout out Connor.
But my only theory here is I'm scared that another big target like that, Kirk could malfunction. He could explode.
What?
Yeah, to overload for him.
Overload of weapons, dude. You never know.
Don't let this guy overthink shit.
Can't be Baker syndrome with OBJ in
As
there.
long as they don't play a
weapon.
primetime game, they're fine. What if the Vikings go to the Super Bowl for some reason and boom, 10 o'clock Super Bowl? They're like, we need to guarantee.
Their owner pays every dollar.
We need to guarantee a good game. Put the game at 10
in
o'clock.
the morning. Kirk needs to be juiced AM.
That'd be kind of wild. Low key.
Never
Little
happened.
day fade for the Super Bowl.
That would be kind of nice. Switch
Super Bowl's over before noon, dude.
Before noon.
Yeah.
Oh, the Super Bowl commercials, that
Yeah,
time,
it would
stretch out.
still- yeah.
Yeah, it would stretch out.
It'd stretch
You
out
start
to
the
like-
game at 10, you probably get till like 2:30.
But aren't they petitioning to make the day after the Super Bowl a holiday?
A holiday,
That
which
That's a thing.
that would be
Yeah.
so American.
Dude, that'd
Like,
be fire as
That
fuck.
would be so American.
That would be
I'm all
so
for
sweet.
it.
I'm all for it as well.
I mean, yeah.
Aren't they
what?
looking at possibly putting a team in London? I heard a rumor.
Yeah, and-
that-
Yeah, they're talking about putting a whole division in Europe.
4 teams.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Oh,
Yeah.
it'd be insane.
It'd have to be a whole division.
It'd have to be a whole
could you
division.
imagine being
'Cause they'd
that
have to play each
team
other.
traveling to the States to play all your away
Well,
games?
they're waiting for like a plane to get built that flies from New York to across the Atlantic like in 3 hours or 2 hours, so that they could do on-day travel or
chop
day
it down.
before. Yeah.
That would make
Yeah.
it worth it, but I
Well,
just did that flight. If you're
fuck
on
that.
that
Yeah.
team and you're flying 10 hours, maybe 3 weeks in a row, if
Hold
you're on
as
a
hell.
little road trip, you're
Well,
toast.
yeah, I feel like if they did that,
Be
it would,
Russell up there doing high knees up and down that motherfucker. It's
a lot of time.
Shot.
I think it's like a 10-year thing.
Yeah, they gotta
They
have the
gotta-
money
Yeah,
for
yeah.
it.
They gotta
It's
they
a
gotta
waste
get the
out.
money
They gotta
for it.
expand the league. There's a lot that needs to be
Yeah,
done
they
before that
they
happens.
need to. There's a lot they would need to do for it.
Well, because it would be a supplemental draft, and I'm pretty sure the way it was laid out in the proposal, every team would have to sacrifice, I think, 10 players. So at that point, it's a contract dump.
When you say sacrifice,
Take 10 players on your team to be put into the supplemental draft.
you get to hand pick them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you have an expansion team.
Yeah,
Like, when like that's what happened when Houston, when the Texans went in the NFL, they guaranteed got the number 1 pick, and they got to basically teams basically got to say, all right, these players are available. They do
You
their
can go
own. They
grab
do their
these
own
guys.
draft pool basically. Like that's basically
and they would do that with the 4
yeah.
overseas teams. It would be crazy.
That's why the
That's
Golden
a
Knights were
lot
so
of
good.
players.
When the Golden Knights came to the NHL expansion
Yeah,
year, that's
yeah,
why they were
and
so
they
good
started
because they
cooking.
literally they had a bunch of teams who had nobodies, and they were like they took the Pittsburgh Penguins goalie who was their goalie for 8-9 years, this already experienced guy, and he was the best goalie in the league that year.
At that point, all the teams looked at it as
Don't
a
quote me on
contract
that if you
dump.
want
So
to.
they just they dumped all their fat contracts with these veteran players that have
With
already got
yeah.
paid. So they
And
had
they went and got one.
Yeah, exactly. They
That
had,
makes sense.
What if that happened?
NBA could do that.
NBA could do that with Seattle.
There's so
They need
many
to.
good players sitting
Yeah.
on those benches too.
Facts.
They could
Oh yeah.
definitely get
Well, the NBA, I
they
feel
could
like
get a team out there that'd be better than the fucking Wizards at this point. Like, what are we talking
better
about?
than Sacramento. They haven't been in the playoffs in what?
NBA's crazy too.
10, 11 years?
The rookies come in and they're already top shot.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
crazy.
Absolutely. They're getting
Yeah.
stupid good.
Uh,
well, it's also just it's such a different league than what it was.
Yeah, it really
you
is.
come in as a scorer, these kids are fucking out there doing
Well, yeah,
Steph
it's
Curry drills.
Yeah.
when
Ridiculous
they're-
shit.
My little
That's what I'm
cousin,
saying.
I played one-on-one with my little cousin when he was in town. That dude's pulling up from 8 feet behind the line, just hitting shots on them.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't care.
Like
It's
I used
different.
to, dude. Back in the day, when we played basketball, and that does sound so stupid, but it's not like that anymore. But they wouldn't let you shoot from that far.
No,
and I was scared to shoot from that
Such
far.
a bad shot. You're getting pulled out of the game.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
you shoot from that far.
You're not going in. That's what I'm saying. Crazy.
Now they're just taking cracks. But
Yeah.
needless to say,
Yeah, but we're saying the Hawkinson trade.
that's a win.
Definitely
That's
a win. Definitely
All
a
right,
win.
Chubb to Dolphins, obviously.
Chubb to Dolphins
Fat
is a
fucking
massive
W.
win. He's
Yeah.
also he's at the end of his contract too.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
So
pay.
the Dolphins are playing to win for sure.
Yeah,
They went and got Jeff Wilson too.
Yeah, Mike
What's
McDaniel.
the jury
Him.
on that? Are they winners over there? You think they're gonna?
Unfortunately, yeah, I
Dude,
think so.
I
Big
think
dubs.
so.
Jeff
think so.
Wilson back with Mike McDaniel. Big dub.
Yeah, why does Tua look so fucking good?
Because his.
Because he's got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill out there
No,
too.
bro. His
But-
footwork is on point. He's
He
getting
does
the
look good.
ball out.
He's definitely
quick.
still underthrowing a
But he's
lot
got
of
explosive
balls,
offense.
but
Yeah, he does.
he's
have
definitely
good weapons.
underthrowing a lot of balls. But
382
he looks.
last
This is
week.
the best he's looked.
382
Yes.
was completion percentage.
Let me look. Either way, bro, he went stupid.
That's the golden question.
Completion
I mean, yeah.
percentage. I don't know if it tells me for that last game, but whole year he's got a 70.
Oh, I mean,
So-
you
Wow, really? Holy
you're not
shit!
going wrong with. I mean, he missed a couple games because the
Yeah.
training staff.
But either
Yeah,
way,
somebody-
he looks he's
But-
consistent right now.
No, yeah, those are good numbers.
There was a tweet circulating Twitter last week. It said Tua's 4 or 5-0 in games he hasn't died in yet or something. Because he's literally just. That's what I'm most surprised about, that he's playing already. I feel like I thought he was going to sit out for like at least a month.
The guy from the old Will Smith concussion movie, the doctor said, I hope he just retires for his own well-being.
And I think a lot of people, though, were trying to, like...
Do people be jumping the gun on that these days? Are we jumping the gun on that?
I think people are... Dude, you see the helmets that some of these dudes are wearing now?
Yeah, man.
They're literally like... They're like... what's the word I'm looking for? They're like fucking... They're like flying saucers. They're so big. They're literally like... That was such a bad word choice.
They're coming out.
Dude,
it's like the initial helmet, and then you can see where it cracks out.
The one that Bosa wears, it's got that like whole like... The one that Bosa wears, it's a layer, and then there's another layer on top of the...
Bro, if you're running your head into guys all fucking day, bro...
Oh, no, I agree, but it's like... That. And then there's some dudes who are still just trying to like look as sick as possible, and they're wearing like the Revo Speeds from like our freshman sophomore year of high school. Like
those are the coldest helmets.
Oh yeah, those were definitely the coldest helmets.
When those dropped, everybody was in fucking...
When you were going from the Revo... what was that?
The Revolution.
The Revolution, the Larry helmet
to
that speed. Man,
upgrade,
bro. And that was back when
straight to Instagram.
The schools
straight to Instagram.
Remember the schools you either got lucky and you got like one of the 15 Revolutions or Revo Speeds that they had, and if not, you got the fucking DNA.
Yeah,
the one that was like the Soup Bowl.
Yeah,
I had the DNA one year. I was pissed.
Or the Zenith, are they still around? People
Zeniths aren't that bad. I feel like the Zeniths.
Yeah, people.
Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of the.
Shador Sanders still wears one.
I'm thinking of Chubb still wears it too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Chubb does.
I'm thinking of the RXP. RXP, right?
Goated.
That's one that looks like super clean with the visor and the single
that's
bar.
The one I had in high school.
Yeah, that one is. Oh yeah, that is the one you had in high school.
Yeah.
RXP with that gel joint in the inside.
Yeah. There's two trades that I personally think are not getting talked about enough. One, that's Calvin Ridley to Jacksonville.
Dude, yeah,
Calvin Ridley to Jacksonville. We're just over here obliterating Jacksonville.
Low key, I forgot.
That may be a really good situation.
Because Kirk doesn't have to be the number one guy anymore.
He doesn't have to be the guy.
Here's what's even funnier about
I do
that.
think he could be the guy.
And but they're like very similar, both of them running around.
Here's what's funny about that is you guys know the bet that Ridley placed was Falcons to beat Jacksonville, right?
Oh yeah.
Which is so funny that they traded for him. But I think that's because Ridley, when he's playing, he's a dog.
He's a dog.
He's a guy for sure. So maybe Lawrence next year with Ridley, and that's what I hate about him being suspended because like
I want him to play now.
I got so excited about the trade because I was like, damn, like him and C. Kirk and Marvin Jones, Evan Ingram, he's kind of starting to come alive a little bit.
They got fucking weapons.
It's all gonna rely on Trevor Lawrence.
Is he that guy?
Gonna rely on Trevor Lawrence.
Is he gonna be that guy?
They'll probably get linemen and defense in the draft. Like they don't need any weapons.
I think he could be that guy.
I think he could be that guy.
He should be. He's always been.
I mean, it's only his second year. We got to give him.
That's what I'm saying. Let the investments work their way in.
Because this really is Doug Peterson's now in. They got a whole new system.
Either way, they're significantly improved. He has a guaranteed next year, even if they lose out type shit.
They're probably the best 2-win team in the NFL right now.
Fact.
For sure. Because they look good. They looked really great at the beginning of the year. I think they just... And the other trade that I'm really think people aren't talking about is Nyheim Hines to Buffalo. Yeah. I think that trade is going to be...
It's a banger.
It's a banger.
He scored for the fucking Colts last week. It looked sick.
Well, and I think because Singletary is starting to look a lot like a downfield in between the tackles, running back, and Cook hasn't panned out to be the guy.
I just think Cook didn't pan out, so they're like, let's get Hines.
Yeah, Hines is kind of the guy that they thought.
Third down back.
Yeah,
and he can catch so good.
And he can catch. And they were Buffalo for a couple weeks now has been really trying. They were in the CMC conversation for a little bit. They were in the Cam Akers conversation for a little bit. They were looking for a very athletic running back.
Because they need a guy that can catch that when Josh Allen gets out, can dump it on. Dude.
Now, does that push them over the edge, you think? Because in my opinion, I think the Chiefs are still Super Bowl favorite.
Chiefs and Tony? Or are you? Yeah, we like the Chiefs over here for sure.
All right, I'm a Chiefs fan, so I'm going to ride with that.
Yeah, especially after the L to Josh Allen in that last game.
But I got Josh Allen as my MVP when we talked about this player. Woods. I don't know if you guys watched the
later on in the show.
The Capital One match. You watched the Capital One little golf match. Mm-hmm. They're all sitting there rah-rahing back and forth at each other, and they ask him like, "What do you think What do you think Josh Allen's biggest nightmare is?" And Patrick Mahomes immediately goes, "A coin toss." And then you see his face get red. You could tell he's pissed off.
So pissed.
And the other three are just up there laughing. Look at Aaron Rodgers now. Look at Tom Brady now.
Yeah.
Both of them are.
This dude is on fuck you mode this year.
No, he is. But that's the thing. Like, Patrick Mahomes took that L last.
It's not gonna sit easy with the boy.
That's what I'm saying. They're still the ones that you have to take off the mountaintop, and everybody's been crowning the Bills all fucking year, bro.
Well, it's because they got that win over the Chiefs.
I know, but Chiefs got championship pedigree, bro. I think it was such a close game. That game was such a toss-up. It came down to the end, like.
In the postseason's not the regular season.
No,
it's gonna be a different,
different game, very different football.
It's gonna be exciting. Them two when they meet, and hopefully they meet in the AFC Championship, but we'll see. But
that's some 30 for 30 shit.
Honestly,
they're the next. They're the next fucking duo.
They're the next Brady.
Brady
Rogers. No, they're the next Brady Manning.
Oh,
Brady Manning. Brady Manning. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying in terms of like quarterback rivalry. When we talk quarterback rivalry, like they're the next Brady Manning for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The next 10 years, AFC Championship.
You're not throwing Gino in that mix,
bro. Gino Frappuccino is a dog.
Gino Frappuccino with extra football drizzle.
Bro,
yes sir.
With extra green drizzle.
Yes sir.
I think I was talking to my cousin because he's a Seahawks fan. And he's the only like real Seahawks fan that I know, and he's pretty high up on Gino.
Dude, I'm riding the Gino.
I feel like Gino definitely looks like he could be a guy where you could draft a quarterback right now and have them sit behind him for a couple years, and like let him kind of.
Gino's done his time.
I mean,
he has.
He's picked up
what,
a lot.
10, 11 years in the league now.
I think it's
somewhere around there.
Eighth or ninth.
Because he went from.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez was calling his game after being his backup.
See that?
Hella funny. He was probably just sitting up in the stands.
How the
like,
NFL works.
Yeah.
It's crazy how the NFL works. But you know what?
Look.
Let's get away from the trade deadline.
Right. Wait, speaking of that, though, real quick, I just want to say something. Did you guys see that interview on USC players? Because I wonder how much money Mark Sanchez got. But did you guys see that Lendale White was talking about?
I did.
Oh, I did see that.
$250,000. They just left it in his crib.
He just left in the apartment.
Fuck,
said,
bro.
I don't know who left it there.
Could you imagine being a fucking college player in LA with $250,000?
Dog.
Stop playing with me.
Could you imagine being 18 walking in to $250,000? Do you know how fast I would have spent that money?
Bro, dude, I don't even know what would have happened. I probably I would have been able to. How do you focus on football type shit?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and that probably explains why
a lot of people don't work out,
and the USC just never panned out.
While we're on that topic, Spencer Steinke did send us his USC Player of the Week.
Yeah, who you picked
and I'm gonna butcher his first name, but it's Hufanga
from. He said, "I'm not even gonna try."
He's from the Niners, right?
Yeah.
He got another pick this weekend. I'm assuming. Is that why? Spencer loves him.
I like him too. He's really good.
Spencer did also give us.
I like that.
He did. He's a massive USC fan, and they're the only college.
He doesn't
team.
have the NFL team, so he just likes them.
They're the only. Oh yeah, this guy like he'll come over to the house sometimes like in USC drip, and we're just like, bro, where do you get up? Like, he's got like the Nike shorts we used to get for passing.
Yeah.
He's got like the Nike print on
with
Nike
the Trojan on it.
Yeah,
I know exactly which ones you're talking about.
Like, where do you even get these? Like, as if he went to like visit the school type shit.
He went on.
He went for the camp.
Like a campus visit. Yeah.
He got the camp shorts.
He did also give us his USC mid-season player of the year, which we'll get to near the end of the show.
Oh yeah, during awards.
But I want to do a little recap of last week because I feel like there were a good amount of storylines that came out of last week. First one being that the 49ers absolutely dominate the Rams yet again in the regular season. CMC has a career day. We kind of already touched on it a little bit, but I do want to hear
them flexing him. I think it shows they're the favorite in that division.
I was going to say,
was a flex.
Yeah.
Are they?
It was a flex when they put him in when they got him right off the bat.
Yes.
And basically had him standing with the coach talking about toss right, toss left,
and
dive
he had
right,
20 yards on 2 carries.
Yeah,
like fuck.
Yeah, like remember when I played running back in the freshman year on the B team game?
I do remember that,
bro. And they were having to tell me
you were going crazy.
They were
running for his life.
Let's talk about this. Because you were going crazy in that game.
They were having to tell me. I had no idea what the offense was because Rashad got hurt. And they were having to tell me in the huddle like what I was doing. Dude, that's literally basically like you said what they were fucking doing with CMC, and he still had like 50 rushing yards.
They C-posed CMC.
Yeah, they C-posed CMC
in his first week in San Fran.
Does his newfound success, almost like a kind of a revival of his career, does that catapult them to favor in the NFC West and potentially maybe?
Is it too early to tell? That's the question.
Is it too early to tell? I do think so, but if this success continues, can we consider 49ers a real sleeper team to be a Super Bowl contender? Because I feel like every year they kind of look a little wishy-washy, but somehow
Wouldn't that be a storyline with Jimmy G at the helm?
They always find themselves somehow making a real push. 2-3 years ago, they were just in the Super Bowl with the Chiefs, and last year they just went to the NFC Championship game and lost by one possession.
They're always
They're always right there. So now it's like
And Debo hasn't even played yet.
Debo didn't even play last week.
Bro, him and McCaffrey in the same offense, it's got to be scary.
That's going to take so much weight off of him.
But
off of McCaffrey and Debo, both.
But are they going to use? Do you think they'll still use Debo kind of in the same way? Do you think they'll sneak him in the backfield?
Why not? He's got a creative coach.
They got two Swiss Army knives on offense now. They can that's what I'm most interested in is when CMC is cooking at the same time when Debo is in that offense. Because
scary.
It'll be interesting to see if they kind of reverse that role where they throw Debo in the backfield. If they'll go ahead and spread McCaffrey out. Let's go put him on a slot and see what this kid can do.
Imagine like a wildcat package with both of them.
Bruh. Because, they both can throw.
Like
apparently.
back with Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams. They were unstoppable at one point. The league literally couldn't. God,
I remember that. That's back when I was still getting like Sports Illustrated Kids magazines.
That was such a time to watch football when the Wildcat was dominating the NFL. Do you remember that? Literally nobody knew how to stop it for like the
Sean McCoy ran it sickly, and Eagles too. They were nice at it. That old Sports Illustrated Kids, you get to that one page where you can unfold the autograph poster at that Ricky Williams. Yes, sir.
Bro, or when you could get the little football cards, the shitty ass, like you had to like bend it back and forth to rip it out. Yeah, I used to steal them from the library one.
That's funny.
Yeah, bro, that was what a time. But yeah, this because I mean the Seahawks, you gotta give them some respect. They are looking like a
complete football team.
Tyler Lockett. He's gonna be back in the mix here soon. DK is gonna be healthy. Walker's looking. And you got Geno just absolutely slanging the rock.
Making throws, but they're not asking him to win, but he's still making plays, which is like where you want him. You don't want him with a lot of pressure to try and win the game.
You don't want him. Yeah, exactly.
He's overperforming for sure.
I'm trying to see
his passer rating. I think it's the second best in the league right now.
He's just super
right now
consistent.
Geno's
I think Mahomes is the one.
His passer rating is 107.2.
Yeah, Mahomes is 109, and Josh Allen's at like 105.
Josh Allen is sitting at a 105.9. And Patrick Mahomes is sitting at a 109.5. Yeah, so
I think it's a super cool story because Geno sat behind so many people. He probably has such a good grasp on that offense. Like he's seen it year in year out.
Yeah,
like,
I love the storyline too.
1,924 yards, 72.7 completion percentage, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
72.7.
That's, and like you said it perfect. They're not asking him to go out there and win games, but he's doing enough. He's a game manager, but he's exceeding expectation game manager wise. I think that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, he's shocking a lot of people.
He is shocking. Hey, he didn't write back.
He didn't write back.
But dude, shocking a lot of people. But can we put some respect on his name? You guys remember how sick he was at West Virginia when he was throwing the ball to Tavon? Yeah.
You can tell him, man.
Yeah, that only one highlight tape, man. I used to fall asleep watching that.
That's just the coldest.
That is the best highlight tape I've ever seen.
Oh, it is.
To date, that's the best.
Oh, 100%. It will be forever. I don't care. It will be forever.
What's the other good one?
D'Anthony Thomas is pretty
D'Anthony,
cold.
do you remember
Cody Paul?
I was just about to say Cody Paul, bro. He didn't do anything after.
I was just talking about Cody.
He went to Chatteron State.
Did he really? Oh, you know what? There was another.
Danny Woodhead.
There was a highlight. There was a highlight film that I remember came out of him because his high school highlights were buns. His high school highlights were not.
You know how many kids there's gonna be like Cody Paul?
Oh yeah.
You go on social media. You seen that kid Blaze? Remember that little kid Blaze? That little flag football player.
Yeah.
There's gonna be so many kids that grow up with their highlights from youth football, them talking all this rah blase out there on the field, and it's like, bro, you don't even know if you're gonna grow yet.
Facts.
That's so true.
It's going to be crazy to see how many youth football legends there are.
Yeah, that
never 10, 15 years and just don't even make it out.
Like that baby Gronk kid. Yeah. What happens if he has like offers to LSU and Oregon and
That's what I'm saying.
Who?
Baby Gronk.
Baby Gronk.
There's a baby Gronk?
There's a little
That's
Gronk.
His nickname.
He's nice.
He's a big boy.
How old is he? He's like Pop Warner?
Yeah.
Hence the name Baby.
Yeah, he's not in high school yet, but he has an offer.
Okay. So we're saying.
He said he would truck you.
I mean, he probably would.
He would truck.
We should get him to call our people on social media.
I am
for real.
I am 5'5".
Baby Gronk, if you're out there, C Post thinks he can take you to Oklahoma.
Hit him up, Baby Gronk.
Take note on that.
Hey,
we'll fly you out.
Let's run it.
We will get you on a plane right now.
Let's run it. Where's he from?
I have no idea.
Probably. I think he's from Texas.
Probably Texas.
Yeah.
Somewhere down south.
So he doesn't got it like that. He don't. Baby Gronk, we'll see you. We'll see you in Gilbert.
Full of men.
We're saying that NFC West is a race between the Niners and Seahawks right now, for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't believe
Debo comes back, DK comes back, and they're gonna have to battle out the back half of the year.
Do we think the Cardinals are?
They're tough.
Do we think the Cardinals season is over? Do we think they have a chance to maybe turn it around?
I think nobody in that division is going to give up because they know the situation of the division.
Who else is in that division? Why am I forgetting?
Rams, they're done.
That's right.
That's why I think CMC is also impressive that he had those numbers against a well-prepared Rams defense with a lot of stars. That's why I just think that them loading up, taking the pressure off of him so that he can be CMC of the past, and they play really good defense. They know how to run the ball down the stretch. We talk about how important that is, and same with Seattle. So I think the battle does come down to those two teams at the end.
Yeah, also super weird. I saw a report today that came out since you mentioned the Rams. Apparently McVay is tied to only a few players on that team, being Stafford, Kupp, Donald,
Ramsey.
And I think Ramsey was the other one. There was a report that came out that he's tied to those players, and basically, like, if any of them or all of them left,
he's done.
He would retire, which to me speaks on a lot of the problems that are going on with that Rams team. I feel like they all bought in to win a Super Bowl together when Stafford came, and now that's very obvious that, especially last year, McVay was kind of like, I'm going to go either sign a fat TV deal or I'm going to retire.
Yeah.
Now it's becoming very obvious that team isn't really a team, and I think that speaks to a lot more of the problems that they're having.
And I mean, that fool got offered $25 million to go be broadcaster, and he turned it down.
He's like, I don't even think he's 40 yet.
Yeah,
take some time.
I think he's actually like
after the season, he's definitely gonna have to consider that.
He's like 36 because he just
don't even make the playoffs.
He just passed Tomlin for the youngest head coach to ever win a Super Bowl, and Tomlin was 36 when they won 43. So
it was Super Bowl or bust. I mean,
it was.
Everybody in the world knew.
Well, now look at Stafford. I saw something that said he's on pace. He threw 41 touchdowns last year. He's on pace to throw 17 this year.
Yeah, and I heard Ramsey wants to be a Cowboy.
You didn't hear that.
That would be sick.
That would be pretty cool.
You didn't hear anything.
Him on the opposite side of Trayvon. Fuck.
Well, while we're talking about the Cowboys, they got a little dilemma themselves.
No, they don't.
What do you mean?
At the running back position?
There's a lot of money tied up in that position.
Yeah, there's no problem there, and Jerry already made it very clear.
Yeah,
he did, but Jerry is also got his fingers everywhere. They might.
You heard what he said, dude. You know Jerry is the biggest Zeke dick rider in Texas.
Why does he love Zeke
Dude, he
so much?
loves him.
Why?
I don't know why.
I don't get
Zeke
it.
must
Did
have
you watch
dirt
the
on
Hard
Jerry.
Knocks when those? Did you watch the Hard Knocks when those Cowboys?
Oh yeah, we watch it. We watch Hard Knocks every year.
He's a great guy to have on the team. He's a good
he's
a good person to have in the facility.
He definitely is. Oh, and I think him and Dak being like really good friends, like definitely probably.
Yeah,
like,
that was definitely a tie too.
But
they're besties.
Tony Pollard has been, for the last 2 years now, has been showing that he can be a feature back. He finally gets a chance to be the feature back, and he has 3 touchdowns.
13 carries. He was not the feature back.
Who else was that back in that game?
I mean, they didn't really. utilize it. I mean, they didn't really play good.
But
defense.
the running game for that game was Tony Pollard's day. It was his day.
100%. But we don't know if he can carry the ball 20, 25 times like Zeke used to before he got paid.
Some real workhorse.
So maybe not a running back dilemma in terms of who.
Maybe it's not a dilemma. Maybe it's just pure upside.
And it's a great combination.
It's just a great thing that he's showing that potential, and then you also got a guy like
But
Zeke.
what's going to happen when Pollard
What's going
to happen when he's a free agent or he wants to stay with the Cowboys and they want to what are you going to do? They're going to pick Zeke.
He's going to go get paid.
You're going to pick Zeke. Who do you want right now? If it was between the two,
I don't have a choice.
Well, you know who
Jerry Jones loves Zeke.
So funny. I just got to the Entourage episode today where he's in it.
Jerry?
Yeah, and I was so pissed. They literally ruined the show for me.
Did you guys see his Halloween costume?
No.
He might get in trouble. He was a blind referee, so he might get fined by the NFL.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Fuck yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, I was going to see if he was going to be like...
Did we see the news on Washington today?
Oh, yeah, he's getting ready to sell the team.
That'd be wild.
He's gonna have to because there's an investigation now into the team.
But into the finances too. That's big.
Yeah,
I'm talking money now.
But they said that he potentially might just sell shares of the team, so that he's still my majority owner.
Yeah, did you see what RG3 said?
He can have the most cash on hand out of any of the owners, so he can go flex on them and buy the shit to be able to lawyer up against them.
At this point, the NFL I think is gonna say you have to sell the team.
They can't. Only the owners.
But that's what I mean. Like I feel like if it comes out that they were fucking with the finances, I feel like the owners are gonna be like this. NFL doesn't like scandals. They don't like people who are scandals.
And he says he has dirt on all of them.
Yeah, and he's claiming they're a mafia.
It's sticky, bro.
Yeah. That's super sticky. Because if
the
he's
NFL's
gone,
definitely a mafia,
what's holding him back from dropping that? You know, this billionaire boys club is up to absolutely no good when they're not at these games.
That's what I kind of want to see that.
I want the dirt.
Unless it destroys the league, which I don't think ever would, but like
I think it could because I heard some shit too that they don't want it to get out that like in some bylaw that NFL is categorized under entertainment in the same way that WWE is, so that they can rig games and nobody knows.
I've seen and heard a little bit about that.
There have been some things that have come out of, like, remember, who was that guy a couple years ago? I think it was a Steelers running back, actually, who was saying, like, or no, it was a Bears running back. Who said, like, he had to sign an NDA that, like, he wasn't allowed to speak on.
Yeah.
But I feel like so many players by now would have come out and said that, unless they just get fat checks.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, your check would have to be so fat for you to be going out there literally putting your body on the line every week for a game that you have no control over.
Especially when all these older players are dying and they're not giving them any money, bro. Someone would have said something.
Somebody would have had to.
Unless they just inebriate all the old players, and that's why they are complaining about the concussions.
But that's, who knows? Like, that's the thing. Like, there's so much money that comes out of the NFL. Like, they could be paying.
Yeah, they could be paying fat settlements.
It's the most watched thing in the world.
It could be just like, it really could be.
More people watch football than go to church.
I mean, that's. Yeah. God, this sounds so horrible, but there's times where, like, when we're watching football on Sunday and I leave the house for a minute, I'll look at the parking lot across the street and I'm like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, there's football on. I'm like,
that is Sunday.
There's night mass. Like, come on, man. Like just go.
See you there. Sunday night football.
Yeah, but primetime games have been kind of poop lately.
I'm waiting all day.
This week's game should be good, though.
Night.
We'll talk about the games, but this week's game I think is gonna. Okay, so back to what I was saying though. Do you think Pollard should get the majority of the carries now, or do you think it should still be kind of split? Because right now I feel like Zeke is still getting the majority of the carries.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
you're winning games.
Gotta keep giving Zeke his touches. That's what controls
the
pace
of the offense. They need to worry less about who's getting touches and just keep winning games.
Okay, so do you think Dallas's success feeds off of the 1-2 punch of the running backs? Do you think this is like long term, like they're gonna try and keep a 1-2 punch like this?
You guys know that because when you see Zeke get the ball, I mean, he doesn't do what Tony did last game. He controls the offense. He gets you 5 yards. He'll break out for an 11-yarder.
Yeah,
he's a goal line back. He's gonna get the first. He's gonna get the first down on the down and distance where it's like 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3, something like that.
And he's an asset. He's the best pass protection running back in the NFL, and we have a quarterback that has been injured consistently. And they like each other, so I mean, there's nothing but.
Yeah, they have chains that say 421.
It's a serious bromance.
They're BFFs.
Remember the Hard Knocks? They got each other
gifts.
They got each other birthday gifts. Didn't one of them bought? I think it was Dak. He bought him that Go-Yard bag or whatever. And we all were like, "Yeah, this dude's not going anywhere."
Yeah, they're homies. So I don't know. It's the way that I think Kellen Moore will be able to utilize them both, knowing what Tony is completely capable of when he gets 14 carries or 13 carries, but. I think we also have to understand that it was the Chicago Bears and the game is what it was.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well, then I want to jump to another division that's kind of in shambles a little bit, only because the game was absolutely insane. Falcons beat the Panthers in overtime. Falcons now sit in first place.
That division's shit.
Let me talk about this for a second because I had a big parlay.
I was just about to say you had some money on this game, huh?
I had some serious money on this game. I can't watch this game. I don't got Red Zone. So
hey, sports streams.
Dude,
I will hook you up.
I already got a virus on here. I was thinking about just going for the old Reddit stream, but I had a big parlay on that game, so I'm watching those last 2 minutes on my phone, essentially, just like watching the score. And my buddy's texting me who's watching the game who has the same parlay, and he's like, "Oh, no, Falcons covered. We're good." After like a crazy last 2 minutes, somehow
last 2 minutes were insane.
Get the ball back, kick a field goal that was completely unnecessary. And then I'm like, all right, I'm literally sitting there just refreshing my phone. I was like 40 seconds. I was like, all right, they covered. Great way to start my parlay. Yep. I'm like, I'm going to go take a piss, come back. My phone's on the charger, refresh it, touchdown.
Yep.
I was like, bro, they had the ball on their own 35-yard line or some shit.
PJ, baby.
PJ threw a bomb. Even Mahomes was like best throw of the year.
Dude. And then my buddy's texting me. He's like, all right, this is what's going to happen. They're going to miss the PAT. And homeboy takes off his helmet before he gets to the sideline, whatever. They push him back 15 yards, miss the PAT, go into overtime. So I'm like, all right, we've got life. They're going to go ahead and cover this. Get down there. What is it? Falcons turn the ball over in their own red zone. Another miss. Oh, dude.
Yeah, overtime
what
was
a
mess.
Terrible.
We were watching it can this just fucking end? These two dog shit teams.
We literally were saying
it's just stressing everybody out.
Yeah.
I've lost 2 parlays this year to Hail Marys.
Yeah, that's too crazy.
That's why I don't gamble anymore.
I
haven't won a single. I've put in 15 bets this year, and I haven't won a single one.
Dude, I'm not gonna say I've been getting cooked because I got a money parlay for you guys later, but things have not been hot for your boy, so I'm definitely due.
Hopes are high this week.
This one should for sure hit. But yeah, I lost on the when Oregon played fucking Washington State this year. and I needed Oregon to cover, and it's garbage time. They get a pick six. D lineman gets a pick six on a pass and just takes it to the crib. I'm like, oh, cover.
For sure.
And then they come down, garbage time, Hail Mary for a touchdown.
Imagine being a fan of, or imagine betting on that Penn State-Ohio State game. It was 23-21 at the start of the fourth quarter, and the final score, with 8 minutes left, Ohio State put up
44 to 23.
Yeah, it was 44-21 at the end of the game. They scored 4 touchdowns in a matter of 8 minutes.
Betting's been a roller coaster, man. But we're up this week. We're up big this week.
Said do, baby.
We gotta pause for a sec. Oh.
Hard.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Got to plug the mic in.
I thought you were legitimately pausing. I was like,
gotta pause the good old laptop in. But what I really want to ask, more specifically not about this game, but about the NFC South in general, is this the new NFC least division? Because for the last couple years, Falcons have kind of been a mess. Panthers have been a mess.
Still a mess.
Saints have been a mess since Breeze has left. Now the Buccaneers are kind of looking like they're going to be a mess, potentially restarting without Brady next year. Are we looking at a division that this might be the new division that's sending a below 500 playoff team to the playoffs every year?
Yeah, I mean,
they're all rebuilding. Yeah, it looks like they could be all rebuilding depending on Brady's situation.
And while we're talking about that
Falcons just dished off Calvin Ridley too,
Yeah,
and they're at top of the division right now.
Yeah, but they got Pitts and they got London.
Yeah,
they also got Mariota.
London.
He's not a long term.
He's not. Yeah, what do we think about that?
To be
I was
quite
looking at
honest
the
with you,
numbers on that, and I wasn't impressed.
They don't use him like crazy. All those fools do is run the ball.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, they got 2 dogs in the backfield. Patterson's coming back this week, by the way.
True.
So all you fantasy owners of him, including myself, might be a nice flex start for the week. But while we're on that topic, I do want to talk about the Bucs real quick. It's time, right? They're done. They're dead. We're not taking them seriously anymore.
No, I'm not. I'm.
How do you feel about that?
Never bet against TB12.
I'm not counting them out, but I refuse to
I've refused to say they're a contender or whatever.
Yeah, they're not a contender.
But
not counting them out.
Don't count my boy out. This is a weak ass division, and a lot can happen. What are they're a game back?
That's what I'm saying. They can still win the division
easily. They probably will.
And then you get Tom Brady in the playoffs, and
nobody wants to see them
exactly
as an underdog.
We know what Tom Brady does in the playoffs.
You're right. They are 1 game back right now.
It's a bad bet.
They hold the tiebreaker. They hold the tiebreaker with Atlanta as well. So you're right. You don't want to count out Brady. This week they do play the Rams, though. Both teams kind of trying to find out.
Same situation.
Yeah.
Same situation.
Same situation. I mean, it's.
I think we'll find out.
I think we'll find out this week, and then they play Seattle next week, though. That is going to be the real nail in the coffin.
If Geno takes Brady up top,
they're playing
and wins out the division.
This is the Germany game as well. This is the Germany game, so I think you have to think about that as well.
The trophy,
bro. Give Geno the trophy,
bro. If they
win the
Brady
division,
in Germany.
If they win the division,
I'm pretty sure
he takes down Brady.
I'm pretty sure this is the Germany game because there is 1 game in Germany this year.
Brady's
we just had another game in London.
Brady probably has bitches in Germany.
Dude, he's probably got bitches everywhere.
He was on Entourage the other day, too.
Turn out.
And he mentioned Giselle. I was weak.
Damn, that is kind of funny.
He was like...
That's tough.
I mean,
shout out Migos.
Hasn't been...
yeah, for real. Tough. But, yeah, I think it is... For me, I think it's time to stop. You are right. You don't want to bet against Brady.
You don't want to bet against Brady, man.
I don't think they're real contenders anymore.
Yeah, but let's stop, letting our eyes deceive us. They are putting dog shit on film. Let's just treat them like that until further notice. I think for
100%.
Sure.
I'm all
They are. They are. I don't know. It's very hard for me to. It's very easy for me to say fuck Tom Brady. I think the Bucs are done. But when you say it out loud,
it's like he hears it or something.
And then you literally, start to think, well, if I put this in the universe, he's gonna be sitting at home oh, somebody's doubting me.
Yeah. So there were some clips that popped up about Tom Brady he was doing some Gillette shit. I don't know if you guys saw those, but he was talking about how Giselle is like this witch. He's like, she be putting hex on me, telling me what I need to do. And every time she says she makes these predictions and tells me if I do this and this is gonna happen.
Does some ritual type shit.
Does some ritual type shit and it hits. And she told him this year was no more. She said this was it. Like, you're not going out there this year.
She does like the cards thing for him, or like
I don't know
more
if it's
intense
like
than that.
Like some serious like spiritual like.
Damn, maybe
shit.
that's why she. Maybe
And
that's why
the people in the crowd are like laughing about it. They're like, ha ha ha! Like he's talking about her like she's a witch, but he's like almost like a straight face on saying.
And he's a firm believer that that's like has a lot to do with his success. He's admitted it.
Then
and then for her to leave, I mean, of course, that's got to be tough for him. Just kind of emotionally.
No, I agree.
Maybe she put a hex on him.
That's what I'm saying.
He's taking L's all
maybe
year.
she left because
he didn't listen.
He didn't listen.
Yeah.
He was like, she told him like, this is it. You're done. We got you to the pinnacle, and now you're playing because you think you got a weak division and you can go eat.
Or what if it's some like motivation shit? Like, what if their divorce was because she like credited his success to her, and he was like, "What the fuck?" Like, no. And then goes out without her little blessing voodoo ritual shit, and he just sucks.
To show everybody that it's on him.
And he sucks.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet. I saw a tweet the other day. It said, imagine being Tom Brady's son, watching mommy and daddy split up because daddy thinks the NFC is weak and he can go get one more.
Oh, my God. Yeah, they're still doing the Daddy's Not Living Here Anymore book with AB sitting in the living room. Like, yeah, no, there's a lot going on with that.
He's
it is, it's
Tom fucking Brady.
It's
man.
Tom Brady. He's gonna be fine regardless. Hercules.
Hercules is getting it over there. Huh? Go get up in there, Hercules.
Hercules is trying to get some attention right now. Sorry about that, but I do want to talk about the Minnesota Vikings. In with the old, out with the new. Are the Vikings? Can we consider them a legitimate threat for the NFC crown? They're sitting at 6-1.
Yeah.
They just beat the Cardinals, who we slander a little bit, but only because we think the Cardinals can be a good team. They just have some problems. Only team that really gives Minnesota problems consistently, and the only team that they've lost to this year are the Eagles. That's the only team that I think is standing in their way. Can we look at this Vikings team and think they could really do something this year?
Of course.
I'm looking at the division like, yeah.
They damn near have it won at this point.
They definitely, I think they're going to win it.
They historically play well at home.
And
they're in a good spot right now. You just bring in T.J. Hawkinson. It's going to open up the field.
Who's going to open up
an absolute monster.
You got the sack leader right now.
Yeah.
Who do they play this week?
They played the Cardinals.
No, they play the Commanders this week, though.
Oh, yeah.
They play the Commanders this week. Sneaky,
but I think that last week was a trap game more so because they should have beat them, and they did beat them, so I like that.
Here's what I really want to talk about, though, with them. Because next week, and I don't want to look too far ahead, but just because if they win against the Commanders, they'll be going 7-1 into Buffalo to play the Bills.
Great game.
Is that going to...
Into Buffalo, though?
Into Buffalo. They haven't played...
Will that be a great game?
Minnesota hasn't played outdoors in a while. They don't have that. They don't have that home field advantage. They don't have that home field advantage anymore. That's going to be...
Hey, Kirk used to play in Washington.
November 13th. I know it's been some time.
That's not the same either.
Been some time.
Buffalo's tough.
Washington, or I guess he played technically in Virginia. So yeah, they do get some weather up there.
Listen to this though. If the Bills, or if they beat the Bills at home, will you go out on a limb and say that they're better than the Bills, like that they're favorites?
No, but I would say they're better than the Eagles.
Would you say the Dolphins are better than the Bills?
No.
But I guess they won in Miami.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say, in my opinion, if they go out and they beat the Bills at home, I think Minnesota is better than Philly, for sure.
I mean, yeah, it shows that they're dogs. I mean, at
Philly's
this point, we just are waiting pretty much for Minnesota to choke, and if they don't, then they
that's what I was gonna
or implode.
I hate that term that we're waiting for them.
That's what I was literally.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
That's what I was gonna say. Minnesota has continued to look like a team every year or every other year. They look like a team that could go, and then
they just
something
happens, and they lose in some sort of not embarrassing fashion, but like typical fashion. And now that they have a new young coach in O'Connell. That's his name, right?
Yeah, he's fucking glitz.
Who is a dog.
I watched him on the Mic'd Up today that came out like around 4.
He's gone stupid.
He's the one mic'd up, bro. He's a sick coach.
And that's what I'm saying. They finally have a coach that seems real, a coach that cares about the offense.
He's a player's
Zimmer didn't care too much about the offense. Now we're seeing the Vikings really kind of flourish. Cousins obviously still having his primetime problems, but Jay Jetta is having another tremendous year. Like,
Like Cousins threw a pick at the end of the game, the Cardinals game, and the coach went up to him. He's like, "I fucking like that. I fucking like that." Like, and I was like, "Damn, Kirk is probably living his best life."
Well, yeah, because Kirk and Zimmer didn't like each other. They didn't like each other, and and it's because Zimmer didn't really give a shit about the offense, and now he has somebody who cares about the offense. It's like, can Minnesota really be a team? And I think we aren't. We won't have that answer until they play Buffalo. Now, if they play Buffalo close, I think you can still be like, yeah, they're still a good team. But if they go out and get blown out, that's when I think it's going to be easier to be like, okay, typical Vikings.
To just write them off.
Yeah, maybe not write them off completely, but be like, all right, like, you know, they just lost it. But the Bills are also considered the best team in the NFL. Like,
yeah,
rightfully so.
I think right now they still are. The way that they handled the Packers, and I definitely still think the Chiefs are the Super Bowl favorite in my opinion. But right now, I think the best team is Buffalo. For sure. Ty said it himself on Pat this week. They fucked around in that second half against the Packers. They probably could have really blown them out if they really wanted to. Josh Allen threw 2 ugly interceptions in the second half. Like, they kind of... I feel like Buffalo's kind of starting to play with their food a little bit. They're kind of starting to be like, you know we can go out there and we can beat anyone, especially after beating the Chiefs. Like...
Yeah.
Which could be problematic when you get into the postseason because you want a battle-tested team.
That's very true.
I agree. But... I don't really have much more from the week. Is there anything? Are there any games you guys highlighted? Anything you guys are?
Just a lot of bad bets for me. I'm not really gassing myself up here for this parlay I'm about to give y'all, but
yeah, let's hear the parlay of the week.
Dirty
parlay. All right, you know what? Let's
Kyler
jump right into it. Let's jump right into this because I spent some time on this one.
You put the effort in, folks.
I put the effort in here.
I'm
not saying put your life savings. I'm not saying bet the mortgage on this.
I don't know. He did text me before and said, "Hey, you got 5 G's? I'd put it down on this."
If you got 5 G's that you can spare, listen to this. We're taking Detroit covering the spread +4.
Okay.
Playing in Detroit. Green Bay's coming there.
Okay. I kind of like that.
I don't know what the deal with Aaron Rodgers is.
I like that. All of Detroit's games have been very close too.
Yeah.
They've been very close.
That's how it's been for the last 2 years.
Could be a get-back game for the Packers, though, where they just go stupid.
Could it, though?
Get-right game? Or it could be a fall-apart game.
I feel like we're at
the emergency, the red button.
I was going to say.
Especially after free agency, no pickups.
Pickups.
I think we've been saying the past couple games are the get-back game for both the Packers and the Bucks. So I think you're right. I think this is the fall-apart game, possibly.
Hey, all right.
Or it's a statement game, like
especially right after the trade.
Are we this shit Packers team?
Yeah.
And we're gonna find out if they're that shit Packers.
Only thing I just don't like looking at is betting on the Lions after they dump off their best player or debatably their best player.
But that's what I'm saying. In Detroit,
I still like it.
I mean, yeah, they might
the line's 4. Neither team is.
I feel like Rodgers and Detroit always play like a very close game. Rodgers is always throwing up some Hail Marys against.
+4. If you don't like it, let's go alternate spread. Give them a couple more points.
6.5.
Give them 6.5.
I like the +4.
You take some odds off, and you're still probably somewhere around +1,000.
Either way, I do like that.
We'll go Jets +12.5.
Oh, okay. Who do they play?
Buffalo, in New York.
I like that.
Oh, they have to.
They have to
like
cover
that.
NFL games don't get these blowout spreads like that.
I like that.
12.5 is a lot.
And all of the
Buffalo can't keep
all of the
blowing
blowout
everybody
games,
out.
They can't keep blowing everybody out.
Not in the division, too.
All of the blowout games have covered though.
Oh no, I
haven't covered. Sorry, they haven't.
Fucked me when they were supposed to get blown the fuck out, dude.
Okay, I think.
Well, they did.
By the Bills.
Yeah, by the Bills they did.
Oh, was that week?
Yeah, that was that week when they were like +14.
I think I needed them to
To keep it close.
Yeah.
All because even last week.
Closer.
Because
Yeah, the line got destroyed in that game.
Line got destroyed, and I think because the Packers were +11 against the Bills, and they lost by 10.
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, I mean they've all been close. I know. I like it regardless.
12.5 in
I like
New
it
York.
regardless. I think I already said I don't think Zach Wilson's that guy. I think the Jets are. I think the Jets are pretenders. I think the Bills are going to run over them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Personally, I do.
All right. Fuck you, Cooper. We're going to take that +12.5. You don't think they're going to cover 12.5 points?
No, they should.
No. I think they'll keep it close. I don't think it's going to be like they're going to win by like 21.
Yeah,
but like
that's what I'm saying.
I think 12 is reasonable. No, I think 12 is reasonable.
But either way, like
they'll stay close enough.
Yeah,
right?
Just like the last game, because the Bills could have fucking blown them out, but it was still close.
Josh Allen misses a thrown at Sauce Gardner.
And don't listen to anything I say because he'll back me up. I don't fucking know betting. I just told you I've put 15 bets in this year and I haven't won a single one.
All right. Don't listen to him on these. We're gonna go Vikings. We were just talking about this. -4.5.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I think they covered.
I like that a lot.
And then we're going Atlanta money line against the Chargers at home in Atlanta.
Really?
Give me it.
Give me that.
Like
Give me Mariota over
like
Herbert.
That.
The old fucking Oregon battle.
What are the odds for that?
Low key.
What are the odds for that? Atlanta's
plus 140. Atlanta's
line?
plus 140 on the money line.
I like that.
Yeah,
and I think the spread I want to say is like 2.5.
I like that.
Some small.
That's actually pretty. What's the odds for that whole parlay?
We're looking at 100 that pays out. 100 pays out 1,700.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put some money on that.
Hey, we'll take it.
Let's ride that.
Pretty good
put some
odds.
money on that.
I mean, 4 picks, can't go wrong on that.
We got one. I think there's one alternate spread in there. The Vikings game, I took an alternate spread. The line is Vikings -4. I took Vikings -4.5, pushes us from -110 to plus 103. So that's huge.
Okay. I like that. I'm actually gonna put some money on that.
And 100 pays out, so you get some fun money. You
say.
get some player
I was
money.
gonna
Get you a
say.
pickleball paddle. Come join me on the court.
Hey,
Get you out there.
We're talking future moves.
We're talking future moves here.
I like that a lot. What was the first one? The +4?
The
Lions.
+4 is Detroit.
That's the only one that
I'll send it to you guys. I'll make sure you're locked.
That's the only one that I'm like kind of.
We'll put it in the description below for you guys so you guys can tell.
The Jets one
I would ride that if I were you.
The Jets one I like. The Lions one I am 50-50 on only because like.
You never know with Rodgers.
You never know with Rodgers.
Yeah,
ever.
Dude,
but the way they're playing this year, I think it's gonna. The way both teams are playing this year, I think it's gonna be a close game. I think Detroit could upset.
And like I said, I'm due.
Oh yeah, you're definitely due. If you're due, then I'm definitely fucking due.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've lost a lot of money this year.
I'm net down.
I'm at the point now where I will only put like $5 down just because I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna win this bet anyway, so let's just ride it. Let's see what happens.
I think I've deleted this app off my phone 3 times, and then as soon as Sunday morning rolls around, I'm ready to throw another couple hundred around.
Ready to ride.
Yeah. Let's just play a little bit.
Let's
just see what happens. What if I break even on this?
Can't win if you don't play.
You know how many times
100%.
All 3 of us in this house have deleted that? I literally almost gave him my FanDuel account because I was like, dude, I can't. I was like, I can't use this anymore. I was like,
dude, and you know, DraftKings always be tossing out these little parlay boosts. Every Sunday I wake up with a notification.
That's what I heard. DraftKings
100% parlay boost this week.
DraftKings is the
boosts are the best.
Is DraftKings the wave?
Their boosts.
I've never been a
because I've been using FanDuel.
I think FanDuel's from what it sounds.
I'm a FanDuel guy because of Pat.
Right?
Honestly,
they give you some love.
They give some love. FanDuel, I will say,
every day on DraftKings, you could be betting NBA single game parlay, 100% increase.
Yeah.
Pick 3 legs.
FanDuel does a lot of like money back bets, like a lot of like $10, $5.
They give you some free play.
They give you some free play.
Yeah, see, DraftKings don't be giving you no free money.
They don't do a lot of
Just
like.
boost.
They don't do. They'll do like one big odds boost for Sunday, and then they'll do like Thursday, Monday, but they do a lot of like money back guarantee bets. I feel like that's what at least from what I see, because every time I get on, it's always like, oh, bet $10 now, get this. I'm like, okay, let's run it. The only bet that I've actually ever won in my life was a $5
free bet
money back guarantee. It was Deontay Wilder and Fury like 2 years ago, and I won $150.
The fights are some good ones.
And that's what got me hooked on it.
To make some money.
I was like, I just bet $5 on a guaranteed dub, and I got $150. And I don't think I've won a bet since. And that was like almost 2 years ago. But my problem is I put together like so many like just ignorant parlays where I'm like,
right.
He's for sure gonna score. He's for sure gonna get 60 yards. And every week when I do.
Did you see the ticket last week?
Yeah.
For the game,
the guy that went to the Bengals game
that needed Joe Mixon to have 67 rushing yards to cash out 125K. Yeah, I mean to walk away with what, like 30?
Evan said he won 30K.
Yeah,
that's not 124.
I mean, it's
for
not
67 rushing yards in a game where it should have been easy to do.
I would have taken. I would still take 30K though. Like I wouldn't be as upset.
At least he hedged. That other
I mean,
guy
30K is
didn't
30K,
even hedge.
right?
What is this guy
I'm sitting
doing?
over here talking about 1,700. Like, yeah, I'll be having that.
Yeah, right.
All right, well, let's get to what we are all pretty excited to talk about.
Mid-season awards.
Mid-season awards. Mid-season awards.
Weston's got the book ready to go
Weston's
on
got
that.
Notes,
You know what? Let's
How long
go.
did it take you guys to come up with these?
Uh,
Did we have to think, or were they pretty?
Some of
quick?
them were pretty simple. There was honestly
quick.
the only ones that were pretty simple for me were offensive and defensive rookie of the year. Those ones I was pretty much like, okay, I know I'm gonna pick.
I think they're all pretty self-explanatory.
All right, well, let's go ahead. Start
Get
off,
it
Wes.
cracking.
Let's hear your. Let's go one by one. Let's hear your MVP.
All right, MVP. I think.
Mid-season MVP of the year.
Yeah, I think any way you look at it right now, it's in the NFL. The MVP is a quarterback award. It doesn't go to anybody else unless they just really blow out the
Unless
field.
you break a record of some sort.
Yeah, you got to do something pretty special.
Yeah.
So I think right now it's a three-headed race. I'll take probably Josh Allen in that race.
Okay.
Right now.
Who's your three-headed? Who's in that race?
Mahomes,
Okay.
Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts.
Okay, I like that. Kyler, who's your MVP?
Is Jalen Hurts slinging the rock like that though?
Kind
He
of.
would have had 5 touchdowns last week if A.J. Brown didn't fall.
But he had 3 too. I mean, AJ Brown went off.
That was against the Steelers. If you guys didn't watch.
Let's not talk about
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Embarrassing.
Let's not talk about that.
MVP. I mean, I have Josh Allen as well.
Okay.
Right? He was the
gotta
favorite coming into the year. He's doing what everybody said he was gonna do. Like I said, that Capital One, watching him all flustered on camera and then seeing him come out and doing what he does, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Living up to the expectations that were very high as well.
I had a hard time picking this because I was leaning between Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts. Mainly because when you look
Recency bias definitely probably plays into it.
What's up?
Just watching Jalen Hurts. Like,
You've been kind of quiet today. I'm kind of surprised.
what do you mean?
Like you haven't been slandering the Steelers that much.
Yeah, if you guys didn't notice, I'm
Oh
wearing
my
a
God.
Super Bowl shirt.
There we go.
Throwback
Yeah, let's get
vintage
that.
tee. This was the Super Bowl. Oh, I can't even get in the frame right. This is the Super Bowl that the Steelers lost to the Cowboys. So,
All right. Well.
one of my favorite finds.
Okay. Well, my MVP,
Thanks for
like I
reminding
said, I was going between Hurts and Josh Allen, and what it came down to was because both of them, when you compare them both rushing wise, they're both very close with their rushing yards. They both have over 300 rushing yards right now. Hurts does have 6 touchdowns to Josh Allen's 2. Hurts does have 10 passing touchdowns to Josh Allen's 19. Allen obviously has more passing yards. What came down to it for me was I'm picking Josh Allen because if you take Josh Allen away from this Buffalo Bills team, they are not even remotely close to, I think, what they are right now. You could argue the same thing with Jalen Hurts because the Eagles are obviously undefeated, but I think we can, at least feel like the Eagles are undefeated because they've had somewhat of an easy schedule, and I feel
Defense is playing insane.
Yeah,
their defense is playing out of their minds. Buffalo has had a lot of injuries on the defense, so if you take
Josh
Josh Allen,
Allen's still hard carrying with injuries.
if you take Josh Allen away from this Bengals team right now, they're not the
Bills.
If you take Josh Allen away from this Bills team, they're not the best team in the league. They're not the best team in the AFC. They don't beat the Chiefs. There's too many factors that outweigh Josh Allen's importance compared to Jalen Hurts' importance on this Eagle team. Not saying that Jalen Hurts is not important, but I think it's just it's a lot easier to look at Josh Allen and take him out of that Bills team, and they're a completely different football team in my opinion.
Good ass.
All right.
Yep.
Offensive Player of the Year.
All right, so historically, they don't really give this to a quarterback. They give it to a secondary player. So I'm not going to say Hurts, but like that could be another guy that gets it type of thing. But yeah, I got Jay Jettas or Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
I like that.
But I'm leaning towards Diggs just because he's playing insane. I'm just seeing it from the standpoint of I don't know if they're going to give it to two Bills, like the offensive player and MVP to two Bills
For
players.
linking up with each other all year.
Yeah, so
But I mean, if you're playing good football, you're playing good
Yeah,
football.
exactly.
Right? At the end of the
Like
day.
Diggs is still eating though. Like he's
He
arguably the best skill position player in the league right now. But
and he's letting everybody know.
yeah, I think what Jettas is doing in Minnesota is undeniable, especially being a team that's not that good and seeing his growth from last year to now being the feature guy, and now he's really putting on. So I lean towards Stephon just for what he's doing, but I wouldn't be mad if he gives it to Jettas.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that comparison. If I'm sitting there looking at it, like you said, they're not usually the quarterback's not getting this award, but Geno,
Really? Offensive player of the year.
In the mix for something.
That's a gang.
Comeback player of the year.
I like that.
Comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
But is he really?
Do you want that title? If you're just out there balling, you're out there balling with everybody else. You're not coming back from anything. He's just getting his shot after a long time.
Coming back from being a top 10 pick.
The NFL does need a most improved player, though. Like, the NBA has most improved player. Why isn't the NFL at most improved?
Okay.
But the most improved player award in the NBA is still kind of shambles as well. It's kind of just rah-rah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Really
they do kind of sometimes just, like, hand it to, like...
Last year, like, John Morant got it. And he could have been almost in the MVP conversation.
He did get it last year, huh? That's right. And people were... I do remember that. I was like...
and then he went and gave it to his teammate.
I was like, he was pretty good.
You improved a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
little buddy.
I was like...
Yeah. I hate that, too.
I don't want that shit.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't care how good of friends we are.
So Gino's your offensive player of the year?
I like Gino, man.
That's sick.
I want to give Gino an award.
Okay, I like that.
Especially if he carries out the season the way he is, and they go get the division. Yeah. After CMC comes over to the division, they go ahead and just close it out.
Got to give him some shine for sure.
Give him something.
Let me get this dog out of the way first.
What you doing, Herc?
First man unplugs everything.
Technical difficulties via Big Dog. Come here, bro.
Via Big Dog. Oh, I love you, Rick. Sorry.
Who do you have in that though? Who's
my offensive player of the league, or my offensive player of the year? I was in a toss-up with this as well between Diggs and Tyreek. Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, you can't forget about Tyreek. A lot of people be letting that slide.
Ton of yards.
He's got 900.
Cooking too, though.
Yeah, but Tyreek's got 4 games with over 160 receiving yards. He's only got the 2 touchdowns because I feel like Waddle is the touchdown machine right now for the Dolphins, and Hale is the
yards guy.
He's going to get him down
scoring position.
He's got 969 yards, 60-plus receptions already. The 4 games of 160-plus yards, I feel like, are what catapult him to me for that offensive player of the year.
Big numbers for sure.
Big numbers for sure. I mean, Diggs also does have the 7 touchdowns compared to the 2 for Tyreek. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can argue for. Honestly, a lot of players this year. Like, there's a lot of individual offensive players that I feel like are really, like, real. Because you could even argue for Waddle. Like, you could be like, Waddle's offensive player of the year. Like,
yeah.
The league's very offensive. There's a lot of fireworks out there.
Yeah. There is a lot of fireworks. I mean, Kenny Pickett has been... No Kenny Pickett.
Are we really believing in that? When I saw Homie out there in the rain, he still had 2 gloves on, throwing that thing.
I still believe in him.
I was out on it as soon as I saw
think
that. 2 gloves in the rain.
Throw God's out on him.
Bro.
I think we have to wait.
His fails lately. He called Russell Wilson.
Bro. Russ might start cooking soon, though.
No,
I don't think so. But
he's stretching up and down the aisle, waking up his teammates.
Dude,
straight cock.
Dude, sometimes I'm like, is that guy even real?
He's not.
Sometimes I listen to what he says. I'm like,
he's an industry plant.
Robot?
He's an industry plant. He's an NFL industry plant. He's hardcore Christian. He's a quarterback. He's married to an American pop star. And he's like
he's giving me Tim Tebow vibes.
He's like the nicest guy like on the planet.
That's real Tim Tebow.
Yeah, no, that's not.
I don't think Russell
that's not real Russ.
No. That's what I'm saying. He's an industry plant.
I don't know what they did with the real one. He must be locked away somewhere.
He's an industry plant quarterback.
Bro, he reminds me of Jeffrey Dahmer from that fucking
dude. For
doc.
Real, he'd be giving out some serial killer.
You guys want a party?
Purdy-hurdy?
We got to stop doing that.
How about we purdy-hurdy and give the defensive player of the year to its rightful owner instead of that slapdick from last year?
Go ahead. Slapdick from last year? What do you mean?
What?
You mean the guy who had 22.5 sacks last year?
Yeah.
That's a slapdick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gave up on his team because he knew you guys were going to tank the whole year after game 1.
76 sacks.
Is that a conspiracy theory?
76 sacks in 5 years?
I like
not a conspiracy.
TJ got paid and said, "Oh, we're tanking. I'm out."
Yeah, he might have.
No, the dude tore his pec.
Sure.
Go ahead.
I've seen someone faking a torn pec for the last couple months.
Name your defensive player of the year. Let's hear it. We already know who it is.
Micah Parsons.
You're gonna hate that I have that as well.
That's okay.
Turn up after the touchdown last week.
He's a monster.
He is a monster.
Insane.
He's all over the field. He really is.
Literally. You know who else was kind of all over the field when he came in the league? Devin White was all over the field like that.
He's shit now.
He's not shit. That whole Buccaneers team is just like.
But that's who he reminds me of watching Micah Parsons out there. But it's at a higher level already than when homie
pass rusher too.
He's kind of like unbelievable. He's kind of like what people thought Isaiah Simmons was gonna be.
Low-key.
Like all over. Not saying Isaiah Simmons isn't good.
He's still coming into fruition.
But like Micah Parsons, like from the jump, exceeded expectations and is now roaming the field. Like
closest comparison. Lawrence Taylor.
Dude, I mean, it's...
Literally, I haven't seen... Dude, he's literally the closest thing I've seen to Lawrence Taylor.
Don't agree with this man.
For
please.
real.
He is all over the field at all times.
The reason he got that touchdown is he literally missed the sack because he was getting double teamed.
Yeah, and Justin Fields got scared and didn't want to tackle him.
No, okay, he could have touched him. He literally just had to kick him. But Micah chased Fields down 20 yards after the play, and that's why he got the fumble. Is because his motor is undeniable.
It's one of those guys that you could tell he just loves football.
He does.
Eats, sleeps, breathes football.
No, he's just a fucking lion, bro. He's different. Like I watched the what is it called, Pivot podcast. Him and Trey Diggs were on there, bro. He literally just said like, this isn't even for me anymore. This is for my hometown and my family and whoever brought me up to show them like they made the right decision in me. Like, bro, he's never not gonna be good. He's my favorite player. Like, he is so fucking good.
He's fun to watch, man.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch. I had him as well, but I also wanted to give an honorable mention to Zadarius Smith just because he's the sack leader, and I know a lot of times the sack leader.
Michael will get that.
They do have the award now for the sack leader. So, but I feel like a lot of times if you're the sack leader in the NFL, they really kind of like
give you DPO.
Yeah.
They give you high praise. Yeah, it's like if you have them because James Harrison won Defensive Player of the Year award. And I mean, he went crazy that year, but he only had 16 sacks. And he still led the league. It's like a lot of times,
kind of trash.
He was not trash, but
I'd do anything to bring up old Steelers.
Yeah, come on, bro.
I have to. I don't
Stick
have
with
anything right now. We're
so,
2-6.
So we got a sweep on Parsons here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
full
so.
sweep on that.
I think so. I feel like we all might have a sweep on Offensive Rookie of the Year too. Who you got?
Old boy running the rock. What's his name? Walker? I like Olave. I kind of like Olave.
Olave's going off. Yeah. Olave's going off. Okay, well, I have Walker. I think Kenneth Walker. He's got 456 yards. I think he's got 5 or 6 touchdowns already. Breece Hall, I think we have to say, had that award in the bag until he got hurt.
Also, like Dameon Pierce. Can't sleep. He's putting the team on his back. He has so many carries for a dog shit team. I think if his numbers are comparable to Walker at the end of the year, which I think we could see happen, actually, I don't know. If Walker's playing for a better team, give it to him.
Yeah.
Which I think at the point of...
Yeah, like if Seattle gets to the playoffs and Walker's still performing at a high level, it's going to be him.
Yep.
Like Houston's kind of like a forgotten about team right now. It might be hard to like...
Yeah, I don't think they're going places this year.
No, they're tanking
Pierce was
hard.
a big W in the draft.
They're tanking. This is a forgotten year for Houston, like without a doubt.
Yeah.
They're what, like 1-5-1 right now?
Sad.
Something like that.
Houston is Houston still.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
I couldn't name probably 5 players that play for the Houston Texans.
Yeah, we did this the other day.
Yeah,
we don't really know anybody.
I think we did that last week, didn't we?
Yeah, might have.
It's literally Davis Mills, Pierce, Cooks. Maybe not for long.
Fuller's still over there, right?
No,
he's gone.
He's gone.
He hasn't played for anybody.
Oh.
Stingley, but only because
we just know him because we played him in high school.
I can't name anybody wrong.
Mario Lopez, Stingley, but I mean he's like relevant this year because he's their first round draft pick. Like
I don't know any of their linebackers.
No.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you anybody on their defense except for Stingley and Lopez.
I feel like I haven't even seen them play football on TV.
Dude,
that's what I'm saying. We don't watch their They
I asked one of my buddies the other day to name 3 players on the Houston Texans. He immediately just couldn't name one. He goes,
they don't get shine on Red Zone. They don't get shine on
so
TV.
Funny because literally in my head I was just thinking like, damn, we haven't watched a lot of Texans games. Huh?
No, I can't even like picture their
we usually got
uniforms
the 3
really, on TV playing anyone this year.
We usually got 3 TVs set up out here during game day. Evan will bring his TV out here. We got this TV, and then we'll set up the monitor. One of them will for sure be Red Zone, and then whoever teams are playing at the other TV. And I don't think we ever get any Houston screen time ever.
The Red Zone knows not to put screen.
Yeah, they're not
even like bonus coverage. I feel like we never see like. But I mean, hey,
who'd they open up the year against? They actually fucked me in a
I think it was the Colts because they tied.
They tied.
Yeah.
That fucked me
and we kind of were like, okay, Houston might be real.
I like Houston because I love Lovie Smith. I want him to be successful head coach so bad.
I know.
When he came on Pat and he was like such a country, like just like cool down guy, I was like, all right, Lovie's the guy, but like
Lovie's a college coach.
He might be the fall guy. He might be the fall guy. All right. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
This one's easy.
It's a cornerback. It's a cornerback.
It's a cornerback, race. Baby.
Yeah.
It's a cornerback.
Are we all saying Soas?
Soas, baby.
Soas.
Yeah.
12 pass deflections as a rookie.
But, I mean, he's draft class wise. It's night and day. He's like separating himself from this.
He really is. He is. I was literally just gonna say he's locking down like everybody he plays against. Everybody. Like
he's having fun with.
He's getting away with a lot of PIs.
Yeah,
in
but
my
I mean,
opinion,
Are we gonna play the what ifs on
Who
the
doesn't
PI?
in the NFL?
Dude, that's a tough position
Yeah,
to play
like-
when you
No,
got dudes
100%.
like that running at you.
Cornerback is the hardest position.
You're gonna
Yeah,
take as
besides
much
football.
as
Other
you
than
can.
quarterback.
You're gonna take as much as you can get away with.
Other
For
than
sure.
quarterback, cornerback
He's
is
been getting away with some good shit though.
quarterback and cornerback are the two hardest positions in football. Maybe even in sports, honestly.
Yeah, but I like Woolen out of Seattle too, and if they end up being good at the end of the year and he makes a significant impact, stays healthy, could give it to him.
Okay.
Yeah, especially if they end up. But the Jets aren't. They're not terrible either.
Yeah, they could.
I'm
do
not
something.
sold on them yet, but
I think the
I'm not
Seahawks
sold
have
on
a better
it either.
chance than the Jets.
Seahawks definitely have a better chance to go do something.
okay. Well,
Just
while
'cause they're
we're
in the NFC.
Yeah.
while we're mid-season, do you think the Jets are a 7th seed playoff team? They'll squeeze their way in.
No,
No.
Wow.
because I think
It's a great year for them to show that they have building blocks and that they could.
I think the
possibly
Patriots
Well,
will
not
because
be
still
they
finish.
beat. Well,
ahead.
they beat Miami.
Yeah.
They did beat Miami.
Miami will take the division. Oh wait, never mind.
I was
Bills
gonna
will take
say.
the division.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have no chance. Patriots are still finishing in front of them.
0%.
You think?
Yep.
Because here's what I think: if the Jets can beat Miami again,
No.
yeah, I mean, I guess there's a lot. There's a lot.
It's not
Okay, so what
fishing.
team in the AFC do you think sending 3 teams into the playoffs?
The West. No, not the West.
Because right now,
It was supposed to be the West.
for sure, it's Buffalo, Kansas
KC.
City.
Dude,
I think Tennessee.
Give me the Patriots over the Jets. Stop playing.
Tennessee will probably win the South. Yeah, they're
They're rolling. Right now.
they've won 5 straight.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Derrick Henry's turning up.
So we got Bills, KC, Tennessee, and then whoever wins the AFC North, which I'm thinking is probably going to be
Vikings.
AFC North, Baltimore,
Oh, yeah.
and then
That
probably.
shit division.
Yeah, that division is shit. The
that
Bengals
division
are
is shit.
so disappointing.
So who gets those other 3 spots?
I think the AFC North will probably send 3 teams.
Who? The Browns are 3 and 5.
Bro, I don't know. They looked sick last week.
I don't know. We'll get to
When
that
does
another
Deshaun
time.
come back?
Week 13.
Yeah, they won't have enough time.
And that's not enough time.
Um,
Pittsburgh just fucking blows.
we don't
dude.
have to talk about them anymore.
I know. I was just pulling up the
We didn't have
division
to.
just to look and see kind of what we're looking at.
Steelers.
What happened? Yeah, I don't know. I think because the NFC, I think is a toss-up. I think anybody.
I think AFC North sends 3 teams and Patriots beat out the Jets for that
Yeah.
last spot. Yup.
Yeah, but then Miami's not making the playoffs.
No, Miami.
Miami's making the
Miami,
playoffs.
Bills, and Patriots.
Yeah, but you said AFC North. You
Or
mean-
yeah, AFC East.
Oh yeah,
AFC
yeah, yeah.
My bad.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I respect that. I respect that. Okay.
I
Coach,
don't know about that. The Ravens might squeeze in there.
well, I think the Ravens will win the North.
Ravens will win
Yeah.
the North. Yeah.
So the 4 division winners
so yeah,
will be
I gotcha.
Buffalo, Kansas City,
And then
Titans,
Miami's gonna sneak in there.
Ravens, and then Miami for sure. I think will get in
Yeah. As the wild. Yeah.
as the 5th
As
seed.
well, yeah.
Are we counting out the Chargers?
Yeah.
Really?
Not
Okay.
sold on that?
I've been out on them for a minute.
Okay.
I don't even think they have a chance.
Really?
Not a fucking shot.
Really? Okay. I respect that.
Not a chance.
Wow. I guess both conferences are kind of really still a toss-up right now.
But
Dude, AFC is just so strong.
yeah.
Coach of the
gross.
year?
Winning the Super Bowl winning team
Comeback
comes
player
out
of
of
the
the
year.
AFC.
I don't have a comeback player of the year other than maybe Gino.
Saquon Barkley.
Oh, duh. Yeah. What the hell?
Doofus.
Yeah, you're right. Saquon
If
for
he
sure.
does, he's an
Saquon.
honorable mention for offensive player of the year. If he doesn't
He is.
go stupid and
Shit,
get that,
he
he's
could be an honorable mention for MVP.
He's guaranteed.
Only because he is the New York Giants.
Yeah, he's locked for comeback.
He
player.
is the New York
Yeah,
Giants
he's
right
probably
now.
locked for comeback player of the year.
But
So coach of the year,
But
are
to
we
put him
saying?
in MVP?
I'm just saying because he is. I'm saying only to be like he
I'm
might
putting
be
Gino
like
up there for you.
he'll
My boy Gino Frappuccino up there.
I
Saquon
love
will
that.
get a vote probably for MVP.
We need to make a shirt
Saquon or
with Gino
We do.
Frappuccino, and on the back it just has him and his face
Honestly,
put
yeah.
on top of the whipped
we do.
cream.
We do.
Or him with just putting some football drizzle on that joint. You know what I'm
Something
saying?
so funny.
Some of
bro.
that
We
sauce.
should send it.
No,
What
the-
if we send it to him and he
Dude,
wore it?
Starbucks
whipped
is
cream-
missing
the
out on
whip-
that. I saw that was gold.
Hella.
The whipped cream is in the shape of a football, and the drizzle he's putting on is the
The
lacing.
volt drizzle.
I love it.
Yeah.
Are we saying
I love
Dable's
me some
coach of the
Gino.
year then though?
Dable or Sirianni was
Yeah.
my choice.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Well, hey, that was our mid-season awards, mid-season review.
Yeah, I think those are self-explanatory.
Those are
Yeah, I mean,
self-explanatory.
yeah.
Undefeated, and the Giants have never
For
been
as
good,
crazy
and now
as
they're
the
good.
year's been in the NFL, it was still pretty straightforward to make
Yeah.
a lot of those choices.
I agree.
Facts, honestly.
Should we get to some picks?
Yeah, let's run through it next week. I haven't even looked at the fucking games for next week.
I got them up right here, baby. Perfect. First game, Philadelphia at Houston.
No, that's not the first game.
Right here on my screen it is.
Yeah, that's Thursday night.
No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is. I was on the wrong week. My bad.
Philadelphia at Houston.
Philly, run it.
No Philadelphia is favored by 14.
Said, didn't even know Houston had a team over there.
Do we think Houston covers?
Yeah, we'll take Houston to cover for sure.
What's the line?
14.
Plus 14.
Actually, I don't know. After what they just did to you guys, shit.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say we're like Houston?
Yeah.
Damn it. I'm picking.
I don't think they cover that.
Are we saying
very disrespectfully? I don't
14.
think they cover that. Yeah. With malintent.
Did you see in the locker room after the Eagles game, they were already working on recovery for the game? Like, they had the bikes in the locker room, and all the players were like...
Did you see A.J. Brown's interview, too? He said, man, we're out here having so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
He said, we just
I didn't see that, but they are.
And we just do it.
Yeah,
we're just doing it.
They're built to go.
He's like, I don't know what the deal is, but we're just rolling right now. And when you got that kind of shit going on in the locker room, that's a different type of chemistry.
So they should beat the dog shit out of Houston.
They should beat the life. Pretty much pound that.
Yeah. Eagles are favored at minus 820.
Oh, yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Damn.
Plus 570.
I mean, it shouldn't even be a game.
It shouldn't be a main game.
You shouldn't see any.
These primetime games, dude, have been shit.
Thursday night historically is really bad.
It's really bad.
Football.
They just need to make it Friday night. Give them an extra day. I mean, they'll be.
First year, cool. Jeff Bezos owns Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, I guess
He's
you're
got
right.
a lot of money.
He'll probably get some good games.
He'll figure it out. Next game, we got Indianapolis at New England. New England is favored by 5.5. I'm picking New England.
Yeah, New England.
Yeah,
I like New England in that.
And Foxborough too.
Here we go. Buffalo
Which is another win for New England. They're shaping up.
Yeah, they are.
As long as Mac Jones is that quarterback, they're not sniffing a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he might not be for long.
I'm still high on the Mac Jones hate train. So.
I know, we know.
Buffalo at New York Jets, as you said already. New York.
They're covering.
Buffalo's favored by 12.
Yeah. Buffalo money
FanDuel
line.
has 12.5. 12.5. Yeah, 12.5. Sorry.
Yeah. Give me Jets points.
I'm picking Buffalo. I'm picking Buffalo.
Buffalo wins the game. The Jets cover the spread in New York.
Ooh.
In the Big App.
This is an interesting one. Miami at Chicago. Miami's only favored by 5.
Yeah, I saw that. I stayed away from that game.
Yeah, that's a sticky one to me.
I'm picking...
In Chicago?
Yeah, after they put up the most points of the season and they just got a new receiver.
They cut that boy out of Pittsburgh.
Also lost Roquan. Give me Miami.
Yeah.
Miami with Jeff Wilson.
My heart wants to say Chicago.
Tua is a bad player.
Ooh, is Bradley Chubb going to play?
Probably. He's a defensive player. He's just going to rush it. He's going to
pass Fields
the whole game.
Yeah. Jeff Wilson's going to go right into the same offense he used to be in.
Yeah, give me Miami.
Miami's feeling himself, dude.
Give me Miami.
What's the line on it, though?
Miami's favored by 125. Or 215, sorry.
No.
Minus 5.
Minus 5.5. Yeah, they'd probably cover that, too, I would say.
Yeah. They would win by a touchdown.
Yeah, they'll win by at least a touchdown.
Okay. Here's the fun one. Green Bay at Detroit. I'm picking Detroit.
Fuck yeah.
I'm picking Detroit.
I can't do that. I'm obviously going to pick Green Bay, but
I'm picking Detroit.
If Detroit wins this week, it's
for my parlay's purpose. I'd love to see Detroit just go out there
and just get the dub.
No sweat for you.
Just get the dub.
No sweat in that game.
Just get it over with. Get the dub.
But I really do hate seeing Aaron Rodgers in the state he's in.
Well, after watching the game last week, because that was the first game that I actually watched a Packers game, it's really not Rodgers. It's the people around him. He still looks fantastic.
Dude,
so but I just hate seeing him pissed off.
Oh yeah,
just
me too.
Out there just looking hopeless.
Because he does.
He knows he's doing everything he can,
pissed.
and it's not going to be enough.
And this might be his last year. There's already reports coming out that he's apparently been telling people that he's going to retire. Which I don't think personally.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't think he'll retire on a year like this. No. Brady, I think to me it'll be easier for him to retire on a year like this because he is getting up there in age.
Let's slow down on the Brady hate.
Oh, I fucking hate Brady.
It's not bet against the boy yet.
I hate on Brady every episode.
Big Brady.
Every episode. I have to. But
understandable.
I'm taking Green Bay, so.
I'm taking Detroit. We got 2 Detroits.
Yeah, Detroit.
Minnesota at Commies. Minnesota's favored by 3.5. I'm picking Minnesota.
Need it.
At the Commies.
11 a.m. Kirk
Cousins is going back.
Big flex in his own home.
Yep.
Old home. Sorry.
Oh my God, are the games 11 a.m. now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It's that time of the year.
No, I hate that
last
shit.
Week. It started last week, didn't it?
Really?
Wasn't it 11?
I think they were 10 last week.
I didn't notice.
Because I woke up right before the Steelers game, and I'm pretty sure it was 10.
I hope
Me
it's
and Keith were talking
11's
about
chill,
that.
dude.
We were trying to figure out 10 or 11.
Bro.
11's chill. Stop
Yeah, but
bitching.
it's like...
11 is pretty chill, but it is a little bit.
The afternoon games suck because
But
it's
if you got
dark
a tea
by the
time
time.
early,
Hey,
Ooh,
low-key.
you're
you're
right.
wrapping
Now,
up that round.
now
You're not
we-
missing those
Hey,
that first
fuck a
half.
tea time. We're talking pickleball.
now...
Pickleball. I'm talking Selkirk
you
$250 paddle. The best
Put
one
the sticks
that
away.
you can buy. Put the sticks away for the season. Golf is expensive. Come see me on the pickleball court. That's all
Let's
I'm saying.
go.
Now you can get on the court on time, play a couple games, take some money,
Get home for a
and then
nice
go win
shower
some
and
money.
watch your game.
and watch your games.
And then
Yeah, watch the Steelers
fuck
take
it.
an L.
I'm
Have a
gonna
day.
go get a beer. It's 11.
Yeah,
It's about time to go get lunch
You're
and a
right.
beer.
Honestly, let's be real here. If you go to the games, if you go to a bar and watch the games at 10, you're getting a beer when you walk in.
Yeah, you are.
Let's be real.
It's just a little less practical.
Yeah.
You're a fucking dog.
because it's funny that there's a difference between 10 and 11. It's like, it's 11, it's almost
10,
noon.
11.
Yeah,
I
right.
can have a beer. Fuck it.
It's close.
Next
Well,
game.
the difference is you're looking at the breakfast menu versus the lunch menu at 10 and 11. And
Like,
a
are you
beer
gonna-
sounds a lot better with lunch than you do
yeah,
with
like
breakfast.
you're going to have like an
I'm
egg.
always eating breakfast if it's an option.
You guys like Bloody Marys?
Hell
no.
Nah, yeah, no.
People are riding so
They're
hard on those
okay.
lately.
Stop playing with me.
I'm
Well, I feel
hating
like-
seeing
Yeah.
that.
I feel like Bloody Marys were like, we used to see our parents drink them a lot, and then you finally drink one, and you're like, this is like when you're 45, 50.
Yeah.
You like
Yeah.
I feel like people like to age themselves by saying they like Bloody Marys, but
Yeah,
knowing
facts.
damn well that they don't really like that.
They
shit.
smell pretty good. I will say, whenever somebody gets a Bloody Mary and it's all the shit's mixed up, I'm like, that does smell good.
I'm more of a smell than a taste guy on the Bloody Mary for sure.
Dude, anytime I say, do you like that Bloody Mary? Do you like drinking those? Yeah, alcohol
Yeah.
soup. No.
No.
Zero.
See, now you just said
0%
alcohol
chance.
soup. I never want one in
I
my
never
life.
want one.
Low
That
key,
sounds
it's a-
disgusting.
That's
I
a
never
funny
thought of
way
it
to
like that.
describe
It's alcohol soup.
It's like Campbell's chunky fucking liquor.
What the fuck
Ew,
are we
dude.
talking about?
I
That's
might-
so gross.
I'm gonna say that to someone next time I see him with a Bloody Mary. I'm gonna be like, how's your fucking
Alcohol
alcohol soup?
Hot take. Bloody Marys?
Poop. I think that's Next game, which I think is probably gonna be the upset of the week. Carolina at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's favorite at 7.5. I'm taking
dumb?
Carolina.
Why?
Taking Carolina.
The Bengals just lost. Do you think they're going to lose at home to the dog shit Panthers?
Oh yeah, baby.
No, man.
PJ Walker's gonna go in there slinging.
Big hater. I'll bet you. I'll bet
That
you straight
defense
up
is
on
hurt,
that.
though. That
What is the
Bengals
spread?
defense is a little banged up.
7.5.
I'll give you points, low key. If you give me 6.5, I'll bet
No.
you.
You
Let's
know
lock
I'm-
that in right now.
I just
That's
ad-
going to happen.
I just admitted to the world that I'm not good at betting. You think I'm gonna take a bet?
Yeah, I'm about to take your money.
No.
You said you're going to take my bet.
I am gonna take it back because it sounds good. I like it.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take that though. Bengals for sure.
I'm
Give
taking
me-
Panthers.
Not a chance.
The Bengals.
All right.
Stop.
I gotta pick an
100%
upset of
all
the
way
week.
Joe Burrow's
I gotta
gonna
do
lose
it.
to the Panthers. Stop playing
Yeah.
with me.
Of all the games you could pick an upset of the week on, let me see here.
Yeah, pick your team. Oh,
Well, what else am I gonna pick?
your team's on a bye.
New York's
Thank
not
God
gonna-
we don't have to watch that.
New
dog
York's
shit.
not gonna
Nobody wanna
be.
see that.
Yeah, I know. I got family.
6 teams on a bye.
Yeah, we're getting that time of year.
Yeah.
Who else am I gonna pick though for upset of the week? The Jets
Both
are
of our
not.
teams are on a bye. What
The
the
Jets
fuck?
are not gonna beat. Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. The Jets are not gonna beat the Bills.
Wouldn't that be something, though?
No way Houston beats
That would
Philly.
be something.
No fucking way Houston beats Philly. Unless it's because it's a Thursday night game. That's the only reason why.
There's no shot in
There's
hell.
no shot.
Houston beats Philly.
There's no shot. Next game.
My
The Saints
upset
could
would
beat
be
the-
Tennessee over Kansas City. If Tennessee runs the ball,
Yeah.
it's too good
Yeah,
for
but that's
Kansas
not really
City.
an upset. Tennessee's hot right now.
Yeah, I guess.
And Tennessee to me isn't a bad team. All right.
Saints over the Ravens at the top of the
Yeah.
division. That could be an upset.
That's what I was thinking.
Chargers, Falcons. Chargers at Falcons. I'm picking Atlanta.
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 I'm picking Atlanta. as
We're
well.
riding hot
Atlanta. Not only does Atlanta, they're gonna win at home, but they cover spreads.
Right now,
Except-
Atlanta
except
is-
fucking last week.
Atlanta is +3.
Hey, they'll lose the game in the last minute, but they'll cover the
They'll
spread.
cover the Next, we
Give me a
got
heart
Vegas at Jacksonville.
That's a shitter.
I'm taking. Yeah,
shitter.
Raiders are favored 1.5.
I'm taking Jacksonville.
I'm
in
taking
that game.
Jacksonville as well.
I want Jacksonville
we
to win.
slandered them to start this off. We slandered the shit out of Jacksonville. Then we talked a little bit more about it.
Yeah,
They got
now
some
we're
pieces.
feeling it. Yeah,
No,
but
I'm
the
riding.
Raiders are also dog shit.
Yeah, they're just dog
Raiders
shit.
also
They're just
suck.
not good. Whatever they put together, just
Yeah.
I don't know.
didn't work out.
If
I think
Back
Carr's.
to the
I think
drawing
Carr's
board.
just the problem with that.
only reason Vegas wins is if they give the ball to Jacobs 20 to 25 times.
You're right.
If
I
they
agree.
don't, then give me.
But I'm still
Jacksonville.
picking Jacksonville.
I want Jacksonville to win.
I might put some money on Jacksonville in that game.
Ooh.
What's the money on that?
The spread's interesting in this next one. Seattle at Arizona. The Cardinals are favorited by 2.
No shit. Give me the points with fucking Seattle.
I'm picking Seattle.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
I'm picking Seattle.
With the points.
Okay.
I got Cardinals winning.
Really?
That's my upset probably.
Okay.
I think
I'd like to see him get one.
D-Hop might humble Woolen.
I pray on the Cardinals' downfall. Sorry.
D-Hop is... Dude, do you know D-Hop? You guys want to hear something crazy? Shout out Justin Vaught. D-Hop is...
Our only sideline banter source, by the way.
Still, throwback from the day. D-Hop, with all the games missed, is still projected to have 122 catches and 1,200 yards.
Really?
Yeah, because Kyler literally only throws the ball to him.
But still, that's fucking insane.
Scramble ball.
They traded for Robbie Anderson 2 weeks ago, and he didn't have a single stat last week.
Yeah, I know. That is a little disappointing.
Next, we got Rams at Bucks. I'm picking... This is hard. Bucks are favored by 3.
Only 2 afternoon games?
Yeah, because there's 6 teams on a bye.
I know.
And they're playing at 11.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a slow Sunday.
Yeah, that's what
I'm thinking...
Maybe get fucked up.
I'm taking family pictures on Sunday, so I'll be missing the evening game probably. But I'm picking Rams.
Sorry.
I'm picking the Rams. I'm praying on Brady's downfall still.
I've been saying all day today we're not betting against Brady, so
give me Brady.
You know what I'm rocking with there.
Okay. Sunday Night Football.
They need that.
Is there not a Monday night game?
It's a must-have.
Oh, there is.
Yeah,
Baltimore New Orleans.
plays.
But we got Tennessee, Kansas City
New
at
Orleans.
night.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I skipped that one.
Tennessee, Kansas City night game.
Yeah, prime time.
Oh, my God. Kansas City's favored by 12.5?
Oh, my God. Disrespectful. Give me the points with Tennessee for sure.
I'm picking Kansas City to win that game, though.
Kansas City wins the game, but they're not winning it by 12.
They're not winning by 12.5.
Not a chance.
That defense,
and if they do, if they win that game by 21, god damn, it's not going to be a good fucking Monday morning for the Titans.
Yeah, I mean,
all
Titans,
that hope, all those wins, just fucking crushed.
Down. But that's what happens when you play the Chiefs, literally.
But that's the thing, matchup-wise, Tennessee is a good matchup for Kansas City, but...
This would be a good way to feel them out, I think, in terms of like, okay,
yeah,
Kansas City lost to the Bills. Like, if they lose to Tennessee, then it's like, okay, is Kansas City just really good against these teams that haven't really found their niche yet?
They should win, yeah.
Yeah, like games that they definitely should win. Like, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be a good test. I think both teams will find out a little bit more about themselves because stopping the run against Tennessee is going to be a huge task for Kansas City, and I think Kansas City's going to put all the people in the box to stop the run, I would assume. So Tennessee's going to actually have to throw the fucking ball. And what's up with their quarterback? Is it Malik?
I think it's going to be Tannehill. Tannehill only missed last week because he was sick, and he didn't get to go through walkthrough, so they started Malik.
Yeah,
and Malik didn't look good last week.
True. All right.
Last game.
Tannehill needs a bounce-back game then.
Baltimore at New Orleans. I'm picking Baltimore. Baltimore's favored by 2.5.
I think this could be an upset, too.
I think this could be the upset of the week.
Baltimore,
if I had to pick a game as an upset of the week, I'm picking this one.
Yeah, me
but
too.
I just like to make the upset of the week.
Baltimore lost last week?
No, they beat Buccaneers.
Yeah, give me New Orleans upset of the week.
Okay, I like that. Well, those are our picks, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Kyler, for coming on the show. We had a fantastic mid-season review.
That was awesome. I love it.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Great. Take my parlay. Go back, rewatch. Take that parlay. We'll rehash that.
Kyler's going to be sending us parlays on the daily. We're going to dish them out to you guys.
Dish them out.
Maybe not on the daily, but weekly.
Save your bread. Yeah. Save your bread. I'm not.
Weekly.
I lose a lot.
But thank you guys for watching tonight. Follow us at _Sideline Banter on Instagram and Twitter. Sideline Banter on YouTube. Hit that like, subscribe button.
Miss you, Spence.
Miss you, Spence. Hope you're having a good time. Seeing those Mayan. He's not at the Mayan.
Yeah, no.
He's at the Mayan resort.
Nice try.
Bro, we almost forgot to give Spencer's picks for.
Oh yeah. All right, we'll run through your picks.
We're gonna rattle them off real quick, only because
we'll hold him to it.
Hopefully
he's just all else.
That was my bad, Spence. He had MVP Josh Allen, Offensive Player of the Year Nick Chubb. He said for obvious reasons.
Rushing leader, fair.
Defensive Player of the Year. He didn't give us a new one, but he knows he's gonna get roasted for this.
He named CJGJ the Defensive Player of the Year. I guess he has the most interceptions right now.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. He had Garrett Wilson.
Can't just get glued to the numbers.
Yeah. He had Garrett Wilson. Defensive Player of the Year. He had Sauce Gardner. Coach of the Year. He had Nick Sirianni, and then his USC NFL Player of the Year, Juju Smith-Schuster. So there's for Spencer's picks. Thank you guys again at _Sideline Banter. Hit us up whenever you want. Next week, we're bringing back Sweeping the Socials. Kyler, thanks again for coming on.
I appreciate you.
It's a pleasure to have you.
On camera dap, that's right.
Dap it up.
Thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoy a great NFL Sunday, and we'll see you guys next week.
Let's go.